what?
I would assume 150 pounds of meat is probably at least $800.
That's a lot of meat, though.
Yeah. So that means I gotta have at least like 2 other people to go in.
Yeah. I'll throw you that 20. You use that, right?
Yeah.
I'll give you $300.
Oh,
300. Do you have a big freezer?
No.
No. Do you a freezer?
Nope. I just moved in. Are we rolling on both?
Yeah, we're good to go. We can start up.
All right. So you send it
Mm-hmm.
because you're gonna run it, but it's gonna because this is
I'm
like
the moderator.
Yeah.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark Shelton, owner, operator, and founder of the Wolfcat Fire for Effect podcast that you can find all over the fucking place because that's just how you gotta be these days. I'm joined by 2 veteran friends of mine. One runs his own podcast and is co-filming. The other is now a teacher himself. This isn't his first podcast with me, but this will be his first that probably gets posted, to be honest. Love you, bro, but it's just going to take a while. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do a lot of editing and splicing. Long story short, and we're joined by my roommate, Jessie. I don't know if she's going to talk, but she's in here. So, yeah, it's too late. I already said your name. So, go ahead and introduce yourselves, fellas. We'll start off with Dakota.
My name is Dakota. I go by Dak on my podcast. Cody, most of the time. Back this way. It was mostly Dak while I was in the military.
Okay.
But I moved closer to the family, so Cody's good. But yeah, and I was in the Air Force for 6 long years and short years. But yeah, Air Force guy.
I'm Colin. Prior service Marine Corps. And that's about it.
Oh, don't be so humble. Tell them what you do now, dude. You're a vet and you're like out of college and you're out of the military. Like, what do you do now? What is your...
That'll come with time.
Oh, that'll come with time. You want to ease
Well,
into that one?
yeah, we'll give them little bits and pieces.
Tease on
Little-
cable
yeah.
coming back.
Yeah.
The overtly casual mob.
He said you
Let's
can't
listen,
get all
bro.
the goods just yet. You got to earn them. You got to take me out to dinner first.
So, dude, let me ask you a question. Why did you start a podcast?
I'm a huge advocate for mental health.
Yeah.
And so I thought that the best platform to reach out to people to where I could speak and make people feel comfortable to speak themselves. And also, it's kind of therapeutic for me too. It helps me out. What are you looking for?
You might be picking something up off that fan.
Oh, when it comes by? Because of that little spike right there? It probably is. Hold on, wait. Yep,
Yeah.
it is.
Every time that fan goes
So
by.
hit that one button right there.
That one?
Yep.
Well, you
Alright,
could've hit it
so
while
now
I
it's
was
just
in there.
launching toward... No, don't aim it at the microphones. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on, please. We're going through some technical difficulties. Okay. So, I started my podcast to help with mental health, and also, really, it's just been it's been a growing thing. I've seen it spike in popularity. I mean, it's been getting popular for a while. People have told me about, the Meat Eater podcast. Colin tells me about it all the time. Everybody knows about the Joe Rogan podcast. I tried out Leo Vaughn's podcast. It's still got to grow on me, but
Dude, this past weekend.
it's
Right?
yeah. It's
This
this
past
last one.
Yeah, this past weekend. Theo Vaughn. I was at a jiu-jitsu, West Virginia State jiu-jitsu tournament. My brother competed in the white belt division,
Nice.
and I met a dude who was trying to fake like he didn't know who fucking Theo Vaughn was. He looked just like Theo Vaughn. Just like the comedian Theo Vaughn. We're like, hey man, not many people rock a mullet. And he's like, yeah, it's just a new thing. I guess, I'm bringing it back. And we're like, oh, have you heard of Theo Vaughn? And he's like, oh, well, who is that? Is he an actor? And it's like, no. He knew who he was. And
Is he like a race car driver?
Yeah. And you know what's even fucking goofier about this guy?
What?
He knows who the fuck Theo Vaughn is. We get it out of him. Oh, yeah. I think I've heard his podcast. And we're like, yeah, and every one of his goddamn specials, too. You're copying him, whatever. And my brother looks at the dude. It's his first competition. He's only been doing jiu-jitsu for two weeks. And he wrestled in high school. But he looks at the dude, and he's like, hey, man, you nervous? And the guy's like, oh. And then this fucking 400-pound fat dude, another white belt guy, 400-pound fat dude leans over, and he goes, Vikings don't get nervous. And I was like, oh yeah? You're a Viking? You fuckface? But
Wait, was the big dude his friend?
yeah.
So they were like a package deal?
There were like 15 of them calling themselves Viking. Just a bunch of fucking fat hillbillies from West Virginia. West Virginia, you know I love you. I rep you. I'm a hillbilly from Southern West Virginia. But don't be calling yourself Vikings. I don't even call myself a Viking.
Southern West Virginia.
Scandinavian.
Scandinavian.
Yeah, tell me how many fucking longboats you're taking down the New River, dude. Yeah, I went down the Kanawha and raided a monastery. First off, that was a fucking secondary school there, Leroy.
Let's go ahead and pause and remember the Vikings are also really good at raping and pillaging. I don't know why you'd want to take that.
Those are my 4th and 5th best skills.
Oh yeah, do you put those on a resume?
They were on every resume.
Have you had either one of these?
I have not, dude. I
What
haven't
are we-
drank in a
what
while.
are
Can
we
you have me
drinking?
another one?
What are we drinking, boys?
I'm drinking a Stone IPA. It's Tangerine Express.
I'm gonna give this to you.
I
What
got
do you
the unfiltered double
Thank you,
IPA.
Yeah.
I got a double IPA.
I have a vengeful spirit.
I'm gonna get so fucking drunk, man. IPAs.
Can you
And
pop
Buster loves beer. He
Buster
loves
actually
it.
does. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell you a
Come on,
story.
Buster.
I have a friend who poured beer into his water bowl, and he loved it. Why are you freaking my dog out?
No, he just doesn't know how bad he wants it.
Oh, okay.
He's been going to AA meetings.
Well, ever since his DUI, man, it hasn't really been the same.
That's what he said to his last girlfriend, too. She doesn't know how bad she wants it.
Dude, stop it. Oh my god.
Do you have a PG podcast? Or
No,
is it
I just love
is it like PG.
I love to poke people. I love to poke people when they do say some wild shit, just so people know that I'm aware that you said some wild shit. I can't just let it go that you said wild shit. It has to be recognized.
This is a normal.
I like to say wild shit too. I don't know. I feel like I do it too often sometimes. I really do, because I'll talk around other people and I'll say some wild shit like I do, and everything's kind of quiet. And I'm like, oh, that one was clearly a miss.
Oh, I had one of those with my wife today. Did I tell you about that, or did I tell Jake the pedophile joke I made?
Oh no, yeah, you just told me about that one.
Yeah. So I'm sitting there and I'm talking to my wife. I was getting ready to come down.
You
to
told your
McAdoo's.
wife a pedophile joke?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude, so I get out of the shower and I'm
Oh
walking
my
around in a
God.
towel and I go out to our dryer, which is in we have like a little mud room with a window in it.
Mhm.
You couldn't see my bottom half, you could see my top half, my torso, right? So you could see half the goods. And I walk out there and I'm in nothing but a towel and someone pulls up to the neighbor's house. I was like, oh shit, they saw me. Grabbed my clothes, came back in. I said, sweetie, the neighbor saw me naked. And she goes, oh no, she's going to fall in love with you now. I was like, no, I think it was kids. And she goes, oh, you're a pedophile. And I was like, that's not so bad. I mean, being a pedophile's in, you know, Jeffrey Epstein.
Stop it.
Kevin Spacey.
Everybody's doing it.
Everybody's doing it.
Clearly, I'm missing something. I don't know why they didn't teach me anything. These guys are millionaires.
She's
Just
like,
out here
she
fucking...
did a double take. She's like, what the fuck did you just say?
Oh, God, that's hilarious.
But back to why you started the podcast.
Okay.
Right?
So
you
why'd
wanna-
you start?
I started wanting to transition, dude.
Yeah, it helps.
I started wanting to transition because, like, before I went to the military, before I joined the Air Force, like, I was a super chill guy. I was like a backwoods hippie, right?
Tight.
Super cool, super relaxed. And then, you know, with my fucking Birkenstocks that you were making fun of.
Them shits was
And-
hilarious.
What?
And, like,
You don't
Birkenstocks.
clown on those Birks, man.
Oh man,
They're
I
so
missed the
comfortable.
fashion train on those, I guess.
dude, they're so comfortable. American Eagle, 1899. But anyway, fucking, I joined the military, and then it made me this fucking dick face, man.
Really?
Kind of like professionalism. Like I wanted to be the shiny penny because I was really fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Really fucking good. All the awards, every single award, right? And you know, and it was just I was trying to prove a point, right? Kid from Southern West Virginia. Mom had him when she was 14. Dad died when he was young.
Yeah.
Cool, no factor. I'm still gonna be better than all you fuckers.
Fuck yeah,
Right?
dude.
That was my mentality.
Fuck yeah.
And then I noticed as I was approaching transition, I'm like, man, this ain't me. Why the fuck am I doing any of this?
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm out, I can talk about this. I had a gig with an agency in a former Soviet republic, still active duty, and it was on April 6th, 2019. I looked at my wife, and I was like, we were at an archaeological dig site, and I had this agency gig on one hand, this contractor gig on the other hand, and we're at a dig site, and I'm telling my wife about the bones, and I'm showing my son, and he's super intrigued. And it was the Clovis Blackwater Draw, first Americans or
Where's
first
that
people to be in America. It's in New Mexico.
So
Clovis,
they have a Clovis site down there.
Mm-hmm. It's the Clovis site. The Clovis site.
No.
Yeah, in New Mexico. It was right there, and I
didn't know you were so close to it though.
I had never been there. I was 5 miles away for 6 years. Never been there, but I took them on April 6th, and I looked at them, and I was like, why am I doing any of this? Why am I doing a fucking thing? Why am I this squared away like shiny penny guy? And then what's up?
Before we continue, can you tell everybody what the Clovis site is? I don't think everybody's gonna know.
Yeah, no one's gonna know unless they're like really into.
So the Blackwater Draw
history.
site is back, I think it was like 70 years ago. I think it's in the 30s. These archaeologists, they found some tar pits. They found a bunch of human bones, a bunch of mammoth bones, extinct animal bones, and they said these are the first humans to be in America, in North America. And that set the groundwork for the Clovis first idea that, 10,000 years ago or 11,000 years ago, people came here across the land bridge between Russia and America, and then basically effectively what they did is they got shit passed to where the entire archaeological community was like, don't dig any further than 11,000 years ago because you're not going to find anything. And it was blatantly false, and it was just so they could be the guys that said, we found the first people to come to America.
Yeah.
Whatever. And so that's the background of what that site actually is. It's fucking awesome. It's open to the public.
I've heard about it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it sounds cool.
the Clovis point is still super important. Like it's still a pretty good benchmark for if you want to judge how well they were hunting back then. And then if you look at some of the arrowheads further back and some of the tools they were using, Clovis was kind of a turning point.
Yeah, and so I was at that site talking to my wife, and I'm telling them about exactly what we're talking about, and I realized, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, and I could know because I have the GI Bill, and I was like, I don't want to do any of this fucking shit. I'm calling the company, canceling that gig. I am blacklisting myself with these other guys over here, which I did. I told them I wasn't coming. I think the way I said it was due to ongoing and unforeseen personal circumstances, I cannot accept any further consideration for this opportunity. Something along those lines. Within 3 minutes, they messaged me back saying, like, self-identified elimination is, taken very seriously, and it's going to be updated in our system should you ever apply again, blah, 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 blah. Anyway.
Basically saying, don't try to apply again.
Yeah, so at that point, on April 6th, I was like, I need to be a human again. And then I did a comedy show. I did a fucking live comedy show, first one ever.
Nice.
In front of 235 people.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Way to warm up.
235 people, man. Did a 20-minute spot.
If you hear anything in the background, my dog is acting a fool, scratching himself, being a menace.
But yeah, man, I made the podcast to transition
Good.
back to normal human life.
Absolutely.
So you've been doing it since April?
I had the idea a little before, but yeah, that's consistently before.
That was right around then.
Slowly getting into it since about that time. The first podcast we did was late 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did one when it was cold, and I did one with my roommates up in my old attic. In my, I used to live in a house.
Yeah.
Dog, I'm not gonna lie to you, like, we got torched in that attic.
Why haven't you released these?
Well, they're recorded. It's just I haven't sat down and started editing. That's my biggest thing. Is like I'm my own critic. Like we talked about that. Remember, like you're your own biggest critic. Yeah. I mean, I could easily go through and find some fucking gold in there. Not only that, but I have video footage too. So that could be a video/audio. But there's just so much time that comes into video combined with audio, and then you gotta like worry about angles, zoom, transition, all that kind of shit. Because I mean, you look at some of these YouTube videos, and the editing is just so pristine for somebody who does this shit at home. And meanwhile, there's like entire movie studios that can't even keep up with this level of production. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's intimidating, but I'm trying to get into. I'm easing my way into it with this.
Dude, my brother is the worst for criticizing himself. He's probably gonna hear this since I'm releasing kind of like a dual
Think of it as a duet.
Yeah, it's kind of like a duet. But my brother's gonna hear this, and
Well,
he's
fuck me, I guess.
no, of podcasts, you know.
Okay.
It's the trifecta.
No, that's cool.
It's a trifecta, but like
This should
but
be
you
your
know,
motivation to start yours up, bro. Where is it? You got a mic.
Yeah, dude. Meat Eater, Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn.
You're just
listen to
saying names now.
You listen to Jocko?
You listen to Jocko?
Jamie, pull that up.
Do you listen to Jocko?
Every now and then.
I actually don't.
He's fucking hard to listen to, man. He'll make you feel like a piece of
He
shit.
has like a weird speech thing too, doesn't he?
Jocko?
Does he
No.
talk kind of goofy or no? Is
No.
that somebody else I'm thinking of?
The Seal? Big motherfucker?
Yeah, I don't know.
Black belt jiu-jitsu?
I'll listen to Jocko, that way I can listen to Echo.
I
I like the things Echo has
to the end credit.
Yeah, I like the stuff Echo has to say more. But that's just me.
Echo Charles is deceivingly, like his voice, you hear him speak, you're like, oh, this is a child. And then you see him and he's 6'3" and 260
Gargantuan person.
Have you,
What does the word gargantuan actually mean? Like, where does that come from?
gargantuan?
3 similes, go.
Similes, gargantuan, huge, big, massive.
Okay. Well,
I can take that
Yeah, but
in
why?
a few seconds.
well, if I suck at school, I'm transferring to psychology because those were weak.
Yeah, that was
Dog.
terrible, dude.
Homie, I don't
Like a-
spit. I write my lyrics.
Like,
let me write my
a
lyrics.
4-syllable word and you boiled it down and just said big, huge. Oh.
I was on the spot. Didn't know I was writing a fucking paper, doc.
Jamie, pull that shit
Pull
up.
that
What
shit
does
up, Jamie.
gargantuan mean?
Let's do it.
Actually,
You mean the
Oh,
I think I'd like to
let's see
see
how
the-
he spells it. Here we go.
I'd like to see the entomology for it.
gargantuan.
That's probably right. Looks like orangutan. Oh shit! You spelled it correctly.
Suck it,
Holy
Air Force.
shit.
The whole branch can take that dick.
Enormous. See, I like that. Enormous. Tremendous.
You can
Gigantic.
even throw
You
extremely.
just said
far.
fucking big.
Hold on. Nobody could pronounce this one. Bro Bedingnagian.
Speaking Swedish.
Bodacious.
I'm gonna spell that shit for you.
Herculean.
BROBDINGNAGIAN.
Click
That's
that.
a fucking
Click
word.
that and make Google say it. Yeah, have Google.
Brobdingnagian. Gigantic.
Brobignagian.
Nagian. Brobdingnagian.
Hey.
Oh,
Brobdingnagian.
Brobdingnagian.
It's English. It's an English language. What?
It was just so Brobdingnagian. I can't
Dude,
even
imagine
fucking
having
remember.
like the vocabulary to use that in a sentence.
Nah. I'm fully convinced you have to speak Swedish.
No, yeah, that's.
I'm not even sure Swedish is a language.
Dude, you say that, and you're conjuring up some fucking demons. I know that much. With all those syllables, you got a pentagram in the floor. Something's coming out.
Rob, it's sounded out right there, and I still can't say it.
Yeah.
Brobdingnagian.
You sound like you're struggling to speak Vietnamese.
Brobdingnagian.
I can't.
Nagian.
Everyone who speaks Vietnamese.
Brobdingnagian.
Everyone who speaks Vietnamese sounds like they're struggling to speak.
Okay, listening to 3 people talk about one word is probably terrible.
Highly interesting.
Brobdingnagian. Alright, moving on though. You're right. Let's see what the news is on this though.
The word manager is misleading. People
Oh no, you actually looked up news for the word gargantuan?
Where did the word go?
Oh my god, dude, your show is gonna take off, mate.
Oh yeah, this shit's gonna be.
Yeah.
This shit's
The
gonna
fucking dictionary cast over here.
Dictionary crew.
Hey, but wait. Give my listeners, since we have both of them, give my listeners an introduction to yourself.
Oh, to me that is true.
Yes, and then-
I was rude. How rude of me. My name is Mark Shelton. I am a U.S. Army veteran. Did 3 years active, 3 years guard. I was a 13 Bravo cannoneer, so like I blew shit up, which was mad cool. Got some pretty decent footage out. If you're interested in my podcast, Wolfcat, FFE, Google it. Maybe some will pop up. Who knows? Long story short, I really enjoy talking to vets. They're the people that I can talk to. That's the easiest group. I can say the fucked up shit that I say and not be judged. And my cool ass roommate too. She doesn't judge me. I hope. But I mean, it's good because then I can have this podcast where I can joke about shit like Jeffrey Epstein and not having a podcast yet. Like, you really need to get on top of that.
Rob Ding Nagy.
And Rob Ding Nagy. But what's your podcast gonna be called? Tell us, Colin. Let me hear it.
What I will tell you is it's been probably 10 months since our first recording, and I still don't have a name for the podcast.
Damn, dude. It's gonna come out like some Machiavellian shit.
What do you want it to be about?
Nothing.
Dog, you should
Just
do
living?
space.
Mine's okay. So here's how I named mine. It started as like an MMA podcast kind of thing.
What? So you
So-
fuck with the UFC?
Sort of, yeah. But it's in the name. It's called Overtly Casual. And like I am jack of all trades, right? It's how I want to see myself, right? So I need to be overt in the fact that I'm casual at everything. And in MMA, they call guys that don't know shit casuals. So I'm just upfront with being a casual. So what does your podcast, at its core, what's going to cover? Military, life, booze, about hand signals?
Hand signals without a camera.
What's your podcast gonna be about, man? Exactly.
Oh, you're still asking? Y'all
He's
are still
asking
talking
you.
to me about this.
Yeah.
Oh man, no, I have no idea. I haven't recorded anything in like 4 or 5 months.
But what would you like to
The
do?
the fact that Mark brought it up is actually extremely disrespectful. We're gonna have some. We're gonna have
We
a
have some
discussion
words
about
about
that. Yeah.
It's going to be about meat.
I did a few. So I did a few. And then my desire to talk about things into a camera was a lot more than my desire to kind of put in the work to edit stuff. And so I was interviewing people and we were having discussions and stuff. But I would never do anything with it because it was just recorded material that I didn't feel like editing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good enough to do a show straight through.
Mm-hmm.
My interview skills, my conversationally, I'm just not there.
Nah, you doubt yourself, bro. You're mad good at talking.
Yeah.
I sound goofy as shit. I sound like I'm from the streets.
And it would be hard for me to commit to like a central theme because I don't really subscribe to any like ideals of like, oh, I'm super heavy into MMA or like
Right.
I care X amount about this thing.
Yeah.
Mine's kind of like all encompassing too. So like some MMA shows, but I've had others where I've had military guys on just give their story. One we did leadership heavy. The other I was just getting background stories for vets out. Like my boy Jake came on. He's from Wisconsin, talking about is it Wisconsin? Fuck. You're gonna hear this and hate.
Probably doesn't matter. No one would have known if you had just said Wisconsin and kept rolling.
Yeah.
No
then
one
you
would
could
have
have
known.
apologized just to him, but now the whole world knows.
The whole world
anyway,
knows.
You
I
forgot
think
where
it's
Jake
Wow,
lives?
you don't give a
What the
fuck about
fuck,
your
dude?
friends, do
My
you?
boy Jake, man. He came on. He talked about deer banging, which is misleading because it's not what you think it is.
Sounds super interesting.
Yeah, you think he's hitting a deer with a car door, but really he fucks them. So
Oh, see, because I immediately thought that he fucked them. So.
no, but yeah. So he came on, talked about deer banging and something called FISPA. You guys ever heard of FISPA?
I haven't heard of most things.
Yeah, it's just football, but in a shower and naked with a bunch of dudes.
Like one
And
shower?
he was telling this story on the podcast, and he's like, as I say this sounds really fucking gay, and I just want you to know that, like,
Well, how big is the shower?
Yeah.
enough to fit 12 dudes naked.
Well, I mean, I could fit 12 naked.
So is this?
I
Hold
shower.
on, wait, no.
So
I
like
have,
contact.
so
It's like
I have a lot of questions now. Is this a purpose-built shower for playing naked gay soccer?
Football.
Oh no! Let that be the hill I die on. Calling it soccer.
no, and you think it's soccer because I said football and it's FISPA. It is with a football, with pigskin. It's football, actual football.
Do they grease it? Because that would make it a lot more exciting.
That's what I need.
Dog, you can fit more than 12 if they're all greased.
Tell me those children are greased.
Stop it. Jeffrey Epstein's joining us, everyone, from the grave. R.I.P. in peace.
Brian
In hell.
Callen's older brother.
Oh my
But, yeah, so, like, my podcast has covered the gamut of things. And now it's going to include 3 drunk dudes rambling. But in a good way.
I'm
But
gonna
it's
call
all
this.
good content.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna call this the Blackout podcast. If that's cool.
Fucking racist.
Oh, I'm gonna
Blackout
have to
number
catch
1
up.
podcast. Oh no, I'm not saying that we're done at all. We've got quite a bit to go.
We have at least 3.5 beers left, and between the lot of us,
Well, no, that's 12. Did you? Oh, she got one too. Yeah, we're throwing down. And I got a Bud Lighty. You don't like it, do you?
No, I do like this.
What do you like?
IPA.
You like
Yeah, that
IPAs?
Tangerine Express is tough. Citrus flavors usually work pretty well.
hey, most of my listeners are military, so shoot off your military background.
Oh yeah, true. Shoot that shit.
So-
Yeah, I was with 2-1 for a period in the early teens, I guess, and preteens. Did a pump with OIR, had a good time. Came back, got out, went to school, finished my bachelor's in 3 years. And now I'm helping other people lean on that GI Bill and get the most out of what they've earned. A lot of people come through school and they don't really know how to use it to their advantage because they're used to people telling them everything to do.
Yeah, the GI Bill. The GI Bill is confusing because what happens is you get out and nobody really tells you how to deal with it. Like I had to call the school and I was like, hey, how do I do this? And they walked me through the process. The Army did not help me at all with transition when it came to going to school. Not one fucking bit. And I had 2 weeks.
Well, they fucking tell you how to file it. The only thing I remember from TAPS,
Mm-hmm.
filing a VA claim.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
They don't teach you shit.
Or a
about that.
shitty resume setup.
I didn't have to.
Atrocious resume. Like I was like people laughed at my resume. I was like, oh my god, this actually kind of fucking hurts. Can you not?
Look at this guy. He's
I had
really
someone frame my resume, so
Oh shit.
I can't really relate to that.
Marine Corps is doing it right then, dog. Like, what kind
So
of thing?
the thing that's different about going to university, and it's something I've noticed after transitioning, is it's on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna have someone texting you 5 o'clock the night before saying you need to be at this place at this time. It's on you to put all that down. And some people really need the military. Some people wouldn't be shit without it, which is crazy to think of. And then unless they were given the opportunity to develop and become their own person and kind of have some self-leadership skills, when they get out, they're just as bad off or worse than when they went in, because now they got money to get in trouble.
Yeah.
That's what I was talking to my guys when I was leaving. I was like, if you guys are dudes that lean super heavy on your positional power rather than your personal power, like stay in, dude. Make it 20 years.
I like that.
I pray that you can make it 30.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you need it. If you're a positional power guy,
I was
Yeah.
not.
because at the end of the day,
Personal power.
you're gonna take
Empowered.
you're gonna take the fucking uniform off, right? And I still have the same influence, and I'm proud to say this. I hope that this is true.
Oh, absolutely.
I still have the same influence over my guys that I had while I was in, even though I don't wear the uniform because I levied positional power first all the time. Yes, please. I levied positional power, or personal power rather, first every time, and like that was for dudes that are in the military, and all the guys that listen to mine are still active, and dudes that are in the military, levy that shit, personal power rather than positional, because my last boss was a cocksucker.
True.
And he's the whole reason I got out, man. Your positional power mindset can, send good guys out. I like to think that I was one of the good guys, but, it doesn't do you shit when you get out of the military.
So, so tonight we're coming to the podcast after a 22 buddy check meetup on the 22nd of this month. The 22nd of every month, there's a meetup hosted by the Marine Corps League here in our little town that we're recording in, Radford. The Marine Corps League hosts a 22 buddy check, and everybody basically shows up, and we hang out with other vets and we talk. And this was actually the first time that we've had Dak with us at one of these events. Dak, after going to an event like that, how do you see important stuff? I shouldn't already call it that, but how do you see community after service? Like after the Army, how do you see community?
Who farted?
Probably this dude, man. Buster fucking farts, man.
Buster the dog farted, but I will answer your
Nitro.
question. I will answer your question.
What?
So, where I came from was Can I speak about where I was?
Talk about whatever. I mean, whatever you're legally allowed to talk about, dog. Because I don't know. I had a secret clearance, and I still didn't know shit, so it doesn't matter.
Well, this is all open source.
Right.
Fuck it.
The clearance of a hot dog.
Yeah, and we can kind of. Oh, dude, we can kind of dispel some misconceptions about SOCOM today too. So transition. I came from the 27th Special Operations Wing in Cannon Air Force Base, New Mexico. Did some time with the 3rd Special Operations Squadron for my first half of my career, actually 2 years, and then did 3 years and some change with the 12th Special Operations Squadron. And coming from that, there was camaraderie, but only within the unit and only within what sucked. At the end of the day, like, you would not get anybody going out. Like, no VFWs, no anything, no vet support going out the turnout that I seen tonight, right? And
but is that because you were with a bunch of active guys?
Maybe.
Because I didn't do anything like this when I was
even the VFW guys, like, because I was a member of the VFW, and even those dudes.
Before you were out?
What?
Yeah, dude, I was a veteran of a foreign war. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So
you can do.
You were already miles ahead of me, man.
For real, I got
So my first VFW story, and I'll tell these. My first VFW story, me and my boy Nate. I'll only list him by Nate, but he's a gunner on the C-130s.
That's
gunships.
Tight. That's tight.
And best friends for fucking 5 years now. And our friendship started with, like, he was talking shit about my career field, I talked shit about his career field, normal shit. And then it was both of us were like, oh, you're not going to back down? Cool, I'm not going to back down either. We can be best friends. Anyway, we're sitting at the VFW, and the lady asked us if we knew anything about air conditioning. And it's us, 2 young dudes. I think I was fucking 20. I wasn't even old enough to be in this bitch. We're drunk as piss. He's probably 22. And the lady approaches us, a little 90-year-old. She probably looked 90, but she wasn't. She approaches us with a ladder. She's like, y'all know anything about AC units? And Nate looks at me. He goes, you know anything? I was like, yeah. He goes, oh, me too. And they had us fucking climb, piss drunk by the way, climb on top of the roof of this 30-foot roof using this ladder that we had to climb to the top of the ladder she gave us and then step over to the building ladder. Whatever. But yeah, so I have vast experience with the VFW and shenanigans. Like, there was one lady that would bartend topless after 9 p.m. in the VFW. What's going on over here?
Bartend topless at the VFW?
Yeah.
How old was she?
She was actually a chemistry major. She was a master's student, a graduate student.
She was there to show titties.
With a felony.
This is
that's why she was there to show titties.
And her name was Krista. And after 9 p.m., she would... Is that your name?
That's not... No. I need her to listen to this.
No, dude, I'm just writing down ideas, man.
Yeah, her name was fucking Krista, and she had these jaggy ass teeth. She's never gonna hear this. And anybody that's still in Clovis, New Mexico, you know about this. Because everybody knows about Krista, man.
Poor
at
girl.
The Portales VFW.
Krista in New Mexico
Shout out
at
to
the
Krista.
VFW. Come after 9.
But
doxed.
But
Call
anyway,
for a
dude,
good time.
Anyway, dude, yeah, vast experience. So, back to your original question. Sorry, I'm a little drunk, guys. I go off on tangents.
Everybody is, man.
I go off on tangents, but to answer your question, I haven't seen anything like this before, especially not out of old guys. Yeah, especially not out of old people.
Right. The turnout. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Because a lot of the old heads are like, they're like arm's length distance away from young dudes.
That's what I've been trying to get a hold of too, man. Because like it's not just it's not one organization dealing with the age gap, man. It's all the organizations. VFW, American Legion, Marine Corps League, Student Veterans of America, like, everybody's got an age gap. It just comes down to getting involvement. Like, and the fact that they took off with this 22 movement. And you should hear some of the stories those guys have to tell. Like, I mean, they're sitting at their table and they're dumping their guts out. And it's intense. Sometimes it's pretty fucking intense. And it's not just because you're drinking. But at the end of the day, you know, these are people who are sharing their stories in order to basically give themselves therapy. Basically to help themselves work through some shit that they've dealt with because of loss, because of the fucked up transition that comes from the military. It's a big issue with making sure that these guys are taken care of, especially the Vietnam era guys. Those guys are fucked at the end of the day.
You hear some of those stories. They don't make you feel like a bitch for feeling anything, you know? Like, they don't make you feel like a bitch.
And not only that, but they came home and were fucking disgraced. We come home from a cush-ass deployment and they're giving out hand jobs and handshakes.
My boy said,
I got something.
he said, I have new ROEs for America, for home station.
Mm-hmm.
There's, you know, when you had an IDF, right? You had to hit the deck for 2 minutes. You cover your ears, you open your mouth, you stay there, and then you put on your IBA. You go to the fucking the bunkers, right? Anytime you had an indirect fire, and he's like, this was after his like 4th deployment, and they were short deployments, but 4th deployment in like 2 years, and maybe 5th deployment in like 2 years. And he's like, here's my home station ROE for IDF. Like, I'm gonna scream myself like the sound that comes over the fucking big boy system. And this is the kind of mentality that these guys develop. He's like, the new one, your listeners don't care if we're crude, right? I can be crude, right?
Dude, say whatever the fuck you want. Did you not hear me drop the fuck bomb like 3 times?
He goes, new IDF procedures are, when you hear this, I'm sorry, man. When you hear this sound, you drop to your knees, open your mouth, and suck this war hero's dick.
Damn.
So we got these guys that are coming home, and they're welcoming us. They're treating us like we didn't fucking run lines of Ambien and fucking shotgun 4 Locos.
Hell
And the Vietnam dudes were fucking spit on.
Weed.
They were spit on when they came home though, and it's like it makes you feel like a bitch, because I'm talking to these dudes in the VFW when I was still active, and I'm like, oh yeah, we got IDF. Like, the closest it got was maybe fucking 300 meters, which is nothing for IDFs. And they were launching them from 2 miles away, and these dudes are like my not my great grandfather. He's my step grandfather. This motherfucker, he was an MP in Vietnam, and like his war stories are fucking insane. Like, it's real bad shit. Like, you know, holding his friend when he's got half a head, and it's like, fuck. I feel like a bitch for feeling any type of way for literally anything.
Right.
You know? So,
But
it's a weird transition.
But the Vietnam kids were like raised by a hard generation too, though. You know? But like, even still, the harder generation, as shit got better, they got a little looser. And I think that's what's continuously happened up until our point. And now we're born, and we're in a generation that's not as hard as a generation back then.
I gotta ask you a question, because you said it.
And, well, hold on, because Cullen's been wanting to say something.
Dude, I was gonna say something, but like, you were talking about like Vietnam stuff, and then you moved forward. I was gonna talk about World War II.
What's up?
But then
What's up? No, let's hear it.
Well, the difference then is when you got drafted or when you entered with people from your hometown or your region.
Mm-hmm.
And then you went through training with your hometown or your region's people. Then you deploy with your hometown, like, and so you're over there, you're storming some little rock in the middle of the Pacific, and you see some guy that was on your baseball team get his legs blown off.
Fucking whacked.
Which is a lot different than seeing someone for the first time, like, oh wow, they got super jacked up, and being able to work on him and help pack him up as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to approach people you don't know. Kind of, you're not as connected. You know, you're not standoffish, but you're able to work and not have any emotional ties. But for the guys who were in World War II and the guys that were drafted out of their hometowns, when you see someone that you know and you're pretty familiar with get jacked up, it hits a little. It's a little different.
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have to come home and they don't get to.
And you might know some of their
I
family too,
imagine-
especially if it's a small town.
Yeah.
I mean, Bedford, the whole reason the D-Day memorial's in Bedford is because per capita, Bedford lost more people than the entire United States during D-Day.
Really?
Yeah, so the D-Day memorial is in Bedford because per capita we lost more people. I'm not sure what the exact number is. I'd have to Google it, but that's the whole reason. And that's fucking crazy that an entire town lost literally a percentage of people that was larger than the rest of the country.
So, back to your point about like the difference between if you're on someone you don't know or you barely know, you've known them for a year, 2 years versus 18 years, or 6 months, or 2 months, or 1 month if you're fresh to a deployment, like running March, right? I don't know if it was the same for you guys, but March was massive bleeds, airways, respiratory, circulatory, hemorrhage maybe?
Sure.
No, hemorrhage should be first. I don't know, but there was an H in there.
Yeah, sure.
But you run through that, and then it's just repetitive when you're assessing a
Hemorrhoids.
casualty.
It's
Hemorrhoids.
Yeah, you
Hemorrhoids.
check for
Check if
hemorrhoids.
he needs a tourniquet. Check if
Apply tourniquit to anus.
check if he needs a tourniquet.
Cut that hemorrhoid
Make sure he
off,
doesn't
dog.
have
Cut it
hemorrhoids.
off.
You can push it back in, but you know.
That was a good sound effect. Hold on.
Sounds just like my hemorrhoids. But, like, you imagine doing March to, like, you know, someone who was in your unit versus March to your, you know,
Buddy
your
from high
best
school?
friend. Yeah.
Not even, well, I can't say best friend. I don't know how
That's
many best
fucking
friends deployed
weird.
together, but like, I could imagine more so. You see a dude that like was in your graduating class, just get fucking wrecked, just get destroyed off some shit, and then that just sits in your head forever. And so like my experience downrange, like you were saying, IDF, it was close, but it wasn't close enough. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, this shit does give me kind of the heebie-jeebies if I hear a fucking firework in the middle of the year, not like 4th of July. I know when the dates are where people are shooting fireworks, but if I'm not expecting a bottle rocket, yeah, I'm gonna jump a little bit. But
The IDS were good for me, like not good for me, but they're like I'm good to go on
Yeah.
those because they were so insignificant. I was at fucking Kandahar, dude. There was nothing happening. I had fucking surf and turf every Friday, then bomb ass wings, like that was good to go. The thing for me is like you know, you talk about like someone from your graduating class. The thing that weighed heavily on me was like fucking. There was these. They weren't even Americans, man. They were friendly forces in a country that at the time we weren't operating in. You guys can get that from context, maybe? That we've been operating there now. We weren't then. It was ISIS.
sure,
It wasn't Iraq.
Yeah.
Started with an S and ended with an A.
Eerie.
It was really eerie in between.
Yeah.
Rhymed
Sounds-
with diarrhea.
Is it Syria?
Whoa! Now you're getting into uncharted territory. But like, we got tasked, we got hit up, and they're like, "Hey, man, there's a,
Just tapping out.
there's
How's
a,
that water taste, bud?
no more beers."
Oh, I still got
Plenty
beers.
more. And I gotta save it at the place.
Hook a brother.
But yeah, man, we were there, and they tasked us with a tick, and I shouldn't say we were there. We were tasked with being there. I was a drone guy, and like our bird was overhead, controlling it via satellite, and they tasked us with what? This man. Let me pause my story. There's a sock he jerks off to. He
Yeah.
jerks
Quit telling
off.
everybody about my jerk off song.
Yeah, so there's a sock he jerks off into, but he also puts that sock on whenever he's at home.
It's real weird. He's cut the heel out as well as the toes and a portion of his foot. I don't know why he's wearing it.
For those of you with a medical background, I'm wearing an ankle brace. I've got weak ankle. I suffer from bitch ankle syndrome.
It's a sock that's been reinforced with semen over many weeks.
And starch.
Real
Starch and semen.
stiff.
It's the combo.
Real
You gotta do the
stiff.
combo. But so Syria, please continue.
Oh, he's deflecting.
Deflecting my
Don't
cum-
mind him.
Deflecting my
He's
cum sock.
deflecting.
Off of your fucking nut hammock and into nut hammock. Is that the right one?
Fuck it, why not? It
Nut
sounds
basket.
delicious enough. I don't know.
Nut can.
Basket.
But anyway, yeah, man. Like I couldn't imagine.
Cashews and almonds.
I don't even know what that means right now.
Nut basket, cashews,
No.
almonds.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
You're
Yeah,
slick.
I'm a fucking idiot.
You're slick.
Continue, Syria.
But But yeah, like I couldn't imagine like a classmate or a friend or like anybody I even knew because of like these were friendly forces that weren't even American, but they tasked us with finding them. And like when you give radio training to foreign nationals, you tell them the one thing you tell them is never pass a friendly grid. So what they hear is never pass your own grid under any situation. So we're hitting these dudes up. We were communicating with the jock, and we're like, where the fuck are these guys? And they refused to pass. They said 200 meters east. This is a huge swath of land. Huge swath of land, right? And they were taking Dishka fire.
Okay.
Which,
for those of you who don't know, yeah.
It is a massive fucking caliber, massive fucking gun that is made to shoot down airplanes, but some dickheads choose to shoot it at people. So the Dishka was shooting at them, and they wouldn't tell us where the fuck they were, and the only thing we have is 200 meters east, but that's relative to their location. We have no fucking idea. We searched for like 2 hours, couldn't find them. Come in the next day, right? Mm-hmm. Come in the next day, new shift. Intel's giving us a brief, and we asked about it. We're like, hey, what happened to those bros working for those people? Like, what? Did anything happen to them? And the chick, who's a female intel officer, she's like, oh yeah, a couple of those fucking retards died. And we're like, dope. And that weighed, dude. Not openly, not to anybody else, but it weighed on me. And like, so I couldn't imagine like, you know, your bro or like a casual dude.
And they're just talked about like that, right? After they have literally given their all to whoever they fucking are here for, and they're just called, oh yeah, that dude's fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
That retard got smacked. Like, come on, dude. What are you talking about?
May not be fathers. May not be brothers.
Yeah.
May not be husbands, but they're definitely sons of somebody.
Yeah, man. Like
that's
somebody.
Rough.
And they took.
It took me a while to get over. My wife helped me a lot, but like not get over because it wasn't debilitating. It was just like, man, that sucks. It was just like, man, that sucks, you know.
Right.
But onward to greener pastures. What are we getting into?
What are we getting into? You mean like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
Do we want to switch gears?
Do we want to switch gears?
Alright, so what I'm going to ask you to do is I'm going to ask you to hop on that laptop right there. And I'm going to ask you to get on the Googles.
Not on the Google machine.
Yeah, I need you to look up a story.
That liberal cuck website?
Well, whatever your preferred search engine is. Look up a story about a man getting kicked out of a sushi restaurant for eating too much sushi.
For the Wolfcat FFE listeners, just so you know, your God King went to Bing.com.
Oh, wow.
I did not go to Bing.
Bing.com.
Oh, no, it's Mozilla.
Do
you use Mozilla?
Mozilla's top story is literally about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Hey, that's important news. Y'all need to quit sleeping on Boo. All right, she's releasing dudes from prison who are innocent, and she's still got a fat ass.
I do like a fat ass. Hit that second link right there. So the headline of this story, it is man who ate 100 plates of sushi banned from all-you-can-eat buffet.
What's up with your ad blocker, bro?
And
Look at them. They want me to pay for a fucking subscription to news, man.
It's okay. I already know the story.
Just tell the story.
My man was kicked out of an all-you-can-eat sushi buffet because he ate too much. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right.
What the fuck?
Dog, this is
you got an ad blocker on here?
Well,
so okay,
even
he ate 100 plates. Is it really 100 plates? Is that 100 rolls?
So that all-you-can-eat sushi places, it's
typically
no, it's not 100 rolls.
Is he an athlete?
At all-you-can-eat places, it's usually like 2 or 3 pieces at a time, which is actually pretty doable. Because if you figure, if you're getting 100 2-piece plates, that's only 50 pieces of sushi. I could smash that.
Okay.
If it's just coming out.
Workout. Are they gonna show him eating this? Was it during the Sushi Cup in 2013, 6 years ago?
That can't be.
I think no. This
is stock.
This
footage.
looks like B-roll of sushi making. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down a little bit.
Can you please?
Yeah,
help
look at that
me?
guy. Look at that hungry motherfucker right there.
Can you
Yeah, that's
please
a
call me
hungry
young
dude.
Jamie when
That's
you
a
tell me to
hungry
scroll
dude.
down?
Oh, there we go.
Fuck yeah.
How
How's
would you
that, dude? I'd eat 100 rolls of sushi.
How would you feel if you got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat buffet?
I feel like a boss. I'd make everyone call me fucking Shrimp Daddy, dude.
Shrimp Daddy.
Shrimp Daddy.
That's a new
The
one.
shrimp on
Shrimp
sushi.
Daddy. Can someone
Yeah,
write
you
that
can
down?
shrimp Somebody write that. They call me Shrimp Daddy.
They call me Shrimp Daddy.
Hey guys, welcome to the podcast. My name is Shrimp Daddy. How'd you get that name? I ate 100 rolls of sushi. Okay, that checks. You are Shrimp Daddy.
That could be your character.
I'm Shrimp Daddy from henceforth and forever.
What if I do that on my podcast? Everyone has to create a character, and that's who I interview and talk to.
The character.
Yeah. Fuck you. You got to work when you come on my podcast.
I'm Shrimp Daddy. This is... What's another good one? Shrimp Daddy's all I got, honestly.
That's all you need.
Yeah.
Shrimp Daddy's
that's
tight,
the jam.
man. I was trying to find some wild Florida news. Tell me why Florida.
Alright,
Just
you
type
gotta
in
type in
Florida man,
Yeah,
dude.
just type in Florida man and then a date.
Alright, give me a birthday. Alright, give me.
I'm gonna be honest
A
with you
related
guys.
birthday.
I thought the man getting kicked out of the all-you-can-eat buffet would be a lot more interesting to you, Mark.
I
you
was
added nothing
looking up
to
for future reference. Like, what do you want me
Hey,
to do?
Mark, he's eaten 100 sushi rolls before. Not a big fucking deal.
Yeah,
he's a sushi connoisseur. He doesn't give a fuck.
Dude, I fuck sushi,
100
okay?
sushi rolls. That's breakfast.
Sushi
What
is
next?
tight. Hit me, dude. Whenever anybody asks me what is the one meal I'd eat for the rest of my life, it's sushi. Dude,
Now,
there's
is
so
that
many
true?
combinations.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
What are you eating for breakfast?
Sushi. I'd eat it for fucking breakfast if it was a different roll from the last.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
what kind of roll you eating for breakfast?
See, now we're getting too.
There's
we're
no
getting too
breakfast
precise.
roll.
We're getting too
There's no
precise.
That's way
breakfast
too much
roll.
rice.
Yeah.
Dude, can
a
you
lot of
imagine your
rice.
body after like fucking 10 years of eating white rice
Yeah,
and
dude,
raw
I can.
fish?
I can,
You
dude.
slowly
I
become
can,
like
dude.
Asian.
No,
Oh
you
my
become
God.
Samoan. 100%,
shit.
dude. 100%. You just be fucking carved out the frame and
Yeah, but you're just eating straight up raw
You
fish
wake up one morning
every
going
day
out
of
of
your
haka.
life.
I wake up doing a haka. Jesus.
You having dreams? Ah.
I'm fucking The Rock and shit from Hobbs and Shaw.
Haven't seen
Hashtag
it,
not
dude.
a plug.
Haven't seen
Hashtag
it, dude.
You
not an ad.
You unironically take a tiki torch to a party.
This is the torch of my people. Did you not see Charlottesville?
I just literally spit my fucking beer out, dude.
Oh, is your laptop good?
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it caught a little bit of spackle.
No, that's alright.
That might have just be some drippings off of Mark's sock, though.
Yeah,
Hey, dog. Y'all really need to quit clowning me on my cum sock.
yeah.
I don't think my listeners want to hear that shit.
Ankle bracelet.
Hey, quote unquote, finger quote, ankle brace.
Yeah, weak ankles.
Oh my god, dude, your ankle bracelet just cut me. What's in this thing?
It's fucking starch. Human starch.
Your ankle bracelet just had a child. What the fuck's going on there?
Dude, could you imagine a foot that would be born from a foot? Like
Would
as
it
a
have 10
child?
toes or 1 toe? Or 5 toes? Sorry.
It would probably just look like Amy Schumer.
Every baby that's ever been born is worth damn.
I imagine
I
just like a
appreciate Amy
fungus.
Schumer. I haven't roasted Amy Schumer in a long time.
Yeah, she needs it. She needs it. You need to keep her roasted.
That's one human I wish would have died during childbirth.
Oh my god!
What a wonderful time to join us.
Yo, that is fucking treacherous, my god. Woo. I like it though.
Fuck
Up top,
them
up
kids.
top. Fuck them
How long
kids.
have we been going?
Fuck them kids.
Not
wish-
that long.
I don't know.
That bitch ain't listening to this anyway.
Oh, she's not. She's
Maybe,
more
though.
rich than me. At the end of the day, like she's more successful than me.
Yeah, well, all she does is get up there and scream about her stinky snatch. So if you had one, you could scream about it too and be rich. It's 2019. You can have one.
I know.
Is this available on your podcast?
It's my
Can
fucking
you do this
right.
on your
It's
podcast?
my right to do this on my podcast
I made fun
and
of
to have a stinky
pedophilia.
snatch.
What else have I made fun of? Amy Schumer's stinky snatch.
This might be one of them premium casts.
You gotta get
Yeah.
you gotta get YouTube Premium.
It's gonna be 99 cents for the episode, and it's gonna be $3 if you want to replay it.
Also,
Hey.
if you get the subscription, I will send you on Snapchat my nudes. Beautiful nudes.
I have it.
My asshole is not bleached, so
I have it on good. What do they call it? What is it? On good
faith.
something? Good faith.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it in good faith that it is worthy of the $6.99 that you'll spend on those nudes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I'm down with that.
I look like a gayer Tom Holland.
You know.
Has someone told you that, or did you come to that
I
conclusion
kinda
by
just kinda-
yourself?
I kind of just made it up, honestly.
Okay.
Someone has recently compared me to Canelo.
I heard.
Dude,
you're like a
fuck yeah,
ginger
man.
Canelo.
Fuck yeah,
A
dude.
ginger Canelo.
Canelo is ginger. Come on.
You spiked
Now I have to Google him.
Come on.
No, I have to Google him,
Fuck, I
dude.
can't even remember Canelo. Yeah, he's
Canelo
so
Alvarez?
red.
Canelo
Yeah.
Alvarez.
Honestly, I
The
can't fuck with
red-headed
boxing.
Mexican.
Boxing makes me so bored. But seeing that fat dude knock out that...
You've never seen Canelo fight?
I've seen Canelo fight. I mean the highlights.
You would know he was
The
redheaded.
highlights.
This one.
Yo, let's play.
The battery low.
Fuck off.
Yo, just find a stream of Canelo Triple G,
He looks
and
like
we
Michael
can watch
Bisping's
that. We
kid.
can watch that in the background.
He looks like Michael Bisping's kid, which is pretty funny.
He'll start getting all excited.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
He'll start getting up.
No,
He's
what
like,
did you
oh
say
shit,
to
that could be
look up?
me.
Canelo.
Canelo
Could be, dude.
versus
Canelo with a beard, dude.
Triple G.
1 or 2.
1.
That's a compliment, bro. Look at Canelo. Strong jawline.
This one?
It's out there.
Hey, I got a better. If we're just gonna watch boxing,
God, the
I know a
whole
way more
fucking
entertaining
one.
fight you can put
You
on.
literally just told me to look this up. Like, what do you
Well,
mean?
I don't know,
Do
dude. I was all
like-
hyped up because I was thinking about
Alright,
Triple G,
I need you to take a
and it was a
breather.
pretty good scrap.
There you go.
So you're gonna type in Castillo versus Corrales.
Castillo.
2 L's. Good job.
I'm cultured. I've met a few Mexicans.
Alright.
Mexicans.
Mexicans.
Yeah.
Shout
Just-
out Aparicio.
Hey, I would say just go ahead and play that whole.
The first one?
Yep.
Alright, it's already muted too, so we're good.
Make that jump.
We can leave this running in the back
Boom.
and continue conversation though, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
No Mexican has ever looked more Thai. You know what I'm saying?
that is either the most
I think the ba-
front-handed compliment or the most backhanded insult I've ever heard.
You know?
Bump forward like 8 minutes.
Okay, Dad, Colin.
Put a DY on the end of that for him.
My dog is fucking
If y'all
that
like
bowl
this,
up.
if y'all like this, they fight again.
So, for the listeners at home, there's 19 seconds left in round 2. This fight is roughly a decade old. None of you can find it on the internet.
Brought
Nope,
to you
it's-
by Surge Energy.
Okay, so it's Jose Luis Castillo versus Diego Corrales. This is their first fight. They end up having 2 different fights. If you just type in Castillo versus Corrales, is the first link on YouTube.
Do you guys know that Mike Tyson smokes 40,000 pounds or $40,000 worth of weed a
Who did I
month?
just talk to about that? I
Wasn't
swear
it?
I just talked to somebody about that.
I know
Was it
he
you?
used to
Or
jack
was it
people
you?
up in the 90s.
Dude,
I
the
just
Dynamite
talked to
Kid.
somebody about that. Where did you hear that?
Joe Rogan's podcast.
That's funny. Was it? He talked to Mike. He talked to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he had him on the
right?
podcast.
I
But
still need to listen to that.
it was the
I
one with
listened to
Sam
it.
Tripoli and fucking, what was his name? Jay from the Mike Bisping podcast, the other half of it. But that dude.
Isn't it kind of cute how we talk about other podcasts on our podcasts? We're like fucking fanboys.
I'm a
Right.
fanboy of Joe
I'm
Rogan,
ready to
dude.
fucking shoot myself.
The
That is
only reason why I did podcast was because of Joe Rogan.
low key, high key. Low key, high key. Agree with you.
So we're at the beginning of round 3.
Fucking-
Yeah, we're at the beginning of round 3. Diego Chico Corrales.
Castillo
Oh, here's the
Corrales
downside.
Mhm.
Here's the downside to Anchor. Right here. For the listeners, if you've watched my YouTube, I do have a YouTube, boys.
Oh, let me know so I can follow it and subscribe, and you can
There's
subscribe to
nothing
mine.
up there. Nothing good up there yet, but I'll subscribe to you.
history.
But it does talk about this. So it limits you to an hour if you are recording by yourself.
Right.
So I have to pause it, start a new recording, and then come back.
Is it cool? We'll just let mine roll at an hour.
Yeah.
We'll just let mine roll, and then we're just gonna get.
Listeners,
some
there's going to be a
audio.
literally no second break for you guys.
Now you have to follow me. Follow me to catch this exclusive podcast intel while this man logs back into Anchor and has to do another one.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Wolfcat FFE.
I'm stealing this podcast, heads up. Nah.
And we're back.
And we're
Right.
back.
We're about halfway through the third.
Third round of this fight. It's fucking
Castillo is putting in work.
Dude, here's what you need to look up. Is there a knockout in this fight?
Oh, dude, I love knockouts
Better.
so much.
So much better.
Knockout.
So much better.
Do they fuck?
Did you watch this Saturday's fight?
Oh
Here.
my god.
Between DC and Stipe? Yes, I did.
Dude, Stipe worked that man.
I know it was
over.
going to happen.
Oh.
I knew it was going to happen.
I'm gonna make you watch the whole fight.
No, dude.
No, dude.
This whole fight?
Fuck both of you. We're gonna watch the whole fight.
Does it go 12 rounds?
Oh
Just-
my god, yes.
See how many minutes are
We can
remaining?
continue
Beat that
talking
head.
and also just have this in the background, okay?
Fucking 30
Don't.
minutes remaining, dude.
You act like we're not gonna be here for another 30 minutes.
Who wins the decision?
Dude,
This is gonna be
don't.
my longest podcast.
Exactly, just watch it. You have no idea what happens, so just watch it.
It's taking everything in me not to contact Siri right now and be like,
Who the
Who
fuck?
won?
What the fuck's going
between the most Thai-looking Mexican I've ever seen and then a racially ambiguous other dude that's wearing similarly colored shorts.
This dude probably represents Spain or some wild shit that nobody's ever seen in boxing.
Fucking Moldova over here
Alright, cool.
is fighting my
Cool.
fucking...
Representing the former Ottoman Empire.
How do you say that word?
Yeah.
How do you say that word? That word from earlier, Bing Dang Pow or something like that?
Fuck dang, pal.
Being anonymous.
Bing Dang Pow Chico over here is fighting the most Thai Mexican I've ever seen.
Oh my
So,
god.
funny you say that. His nickname is actually Chico.
I saw it on his shorts. Oh, the old guy stepped between them. Bing Dang Pow looks pissed.
You're just gonna call him the old guy.
You're just gonna put disrespect
For
on his name
anyone,
like
for
that.
anyone who's watching this,
Fucking Freddie Mercury's his corner.
Yeah. for anyone who's watching this, I hope you know who that ref is.
Just
Yep.
say who it
If
is.
not,
I don't
just
know
look
who
it up.
is. I don't know who the fuck it is.
Yeah. Get on your Siri
Do I look
right
like
now.
fucking-
You don't know like
Rogan?
certain.
Do I look like fucking Joe Rogan? No. Tell me.
You don't look. You don't know like certain refs.
Nah,
Get on your Siri right now, listeners, and have her search the most Thai Mexican I've ever seen versus Bing Dang Pow, old guy who stepped between them. That's who the referee is.
Dude,
Dog, that sounds
Bing
about
Dang-
accurate. Sure, why not?
Bing Dang Pow might actually be a fighter.
Alright. I might have to censor this later, but I knew a name. Alright, I'm gonna type this name. Ah, should I say it? I don't know. It kind of puts them at risk, you know what I mean?
Who at risk?
The dude with the name that's crazy like this.
Noguera.
I don't want to put him at risk. He's in the National Guard.
Give me the
right?
first
It's
letter
like-
and the last letter.
Even then you won't get it, but it's the first letter is B and the last letter is C. And it's like some kind of alright, it's Bang Throng Sack.
Bang Throng Sack.
Full
Nah,
name. That's
not
like
a dude's
Vietnamese,
name.
Korean. I'm telling
Not a
you.
dude's
it is,
name.
I'm telling
I
you
know
it
that
is.
position. Done it many a times. Not a dude's name.
It's a dude's name, alright? I would know because I'm scarred by that name.
Yeah, so what is it again?
I'm fairly certain that this man's name was Bang Throng Sack.
Okay, so we got the most Thai Mexican guy I've ever seen facing Bang Throng Sack. That is Bing Dang Pow has changed his name mid-fight to Bang Throng Sack. And all fair, guys.
Bang Throng Sack. It's not in there though, is it? Is Bang Throng Sack in there?
No, listen.
I
There's a
don't think it
plane
was.
that went down, and someone called the news and reported.
I gotta go pee.
They reported the names of the pilots as being Captain Something Wong. I can't read the rest of it.
Bang Ding Owl.
Painting.
I think that's one of them.
The other one was Holy Fuck.
Holy Fook.
That's terrible.
Those are good, man. They got them. So we're in the...
Bing Dang Pow is not a fighter.
Bing Dang Pow is most certainly a fighter. Goes by the common name of Chico. And he is fighting this guy. What are these guys' names again?
Jose Luis Castillo and Diego Corrales.
I've heard of Corrales.
Yep.
Corrales is Chico.
Mm-hmm.
Chico wins.
You'll just have to watch, bud. It's not like we're going to be okay. You know we're going to be. Where are you going? What do you have better to do than watch this fight?
That's true. But it's the content for the listeners. I was hoping we'd get into some leadership.
Let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about how do you tie your boots? Do you tie them with a double knot? Or do you tie a bowling knot in it?
You know what my last pair of boots were?
How would I know what type of... Dude, that could
That could literally be any answer to that.
I'll tell you right now, they didn't have strings.
Okay.
What the fuck? Did you
No.
have the Skechers light ups?
Yeah.
No.
Yo, you had to
Look
pump
like
them bitches up. There was a little knob on the ankle, and you pump it up.
No, dude.
And then there was
Dude.
another knob on the tongue, and you.
There
would
is
pop-
a knob on the
you-
tongue, dude.
See, and you pump it up.
No, dude. Let me look it up. They're Solomon's. You pull a string and then you zip it down. Dude, these right here.
Oh man, this dude's looking beat.
Uh-oh.
Oh, even worse, dude. I can't tell if he's Thai or Mexican anymore.
Oh my god.
I can say
So,
that I have a Mexican
Okay,
child.
what makes a
I
good
have
boot
a
for you?
Mexican child.
These, dude.
What makes a good boot?
Tight fitting.
Arch support.
Arch support, I'm hearing tight fit.
I got arch, dog. I need help. I should be fine.
Oh, yeah, arch support. I thought you meant ankle support.
Oh no,
No,
you're
boot
not gonna
can
find
give
that
you-
with any.
No boot can give you
Unless
what
it's like
that
a-
cum sock
like
can
a-
give you.
This cum sock is tight, dog. Like, check it. It's human starch. Okay, I just
Did they
into that
teach you
sock?
that?
nice and tight now. You know what I mean? Gets that ankle tight like a toiger.
Someone at AIT told them that if you jizz in your socks, they support your ankles a little
Right.
better.
Yeah, no, this isn't even a brace, right? This is just an old sock that I wore the heel and the toes out of.
So
you can tell.
Ca-
Like, you
Castillo just got brought over into the corner. He had excess.
Oh,
He had excess Vaseline, some kind of lubricant on his eye.
Oh, even
It was just
better,
too
dude.
much.
He's a cheater.
Slippery.
Well,
bass.
no, he's not a cheater. It just helps the gloves slip off of his face easier. He can't control what the people put on his eyebrows. Though.
Speaking of Vaseline,
Weird segue.
So, question.
So that's kind of similar to what's been done in UFC before. So you've seen people take too long in the ring; they just don't stand up.
Oh yeah.
Yoel Romero.
I can't stand that one.
Okay. Anyways,
Said Tim
so
Kennedy
it's similar. Sometimes you just need an extra 10 seconds. He took it. We'll see whether or not it was a good play for him.
It wasn't. He just lost again
Do you think he lost?
in this last fight. Yes.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Joel.
Oh,
Yoel
man.
Romero?
My bad. You're still talking about Yoel Romero.
I don't think
Yeah.
Joel. I don't think he lost that fight.
Yoel Romero.
No.
This last fight this
Ooh.
past weekend.
Did
Paulo
you watch
Costa.
it in reverse? or
How
Paulo
something?
Costa.
high are you?
No. Paulo Costa did not hit him when he was throwing those flurries. He
Oh.
was throwing those flurries. Did he have a couple good ones?
Oh.
Did he have a couple good ones? Yes. But those flurries he was throwing, it didn't touch Yoel. I'm telling you. Yoel won that fight.
Did you see how many strikes landed
Michael!
comparatively?
I love you, Michael. No gays for Jesus.
No.
Yeah.
I didn't even watch the interview. We were too busy laughing about this shit. Like, yo, well, I can't take him seriously. He showed up to the Robert Whittaker fight overweight to the fight, and still lost. Like, just ill prepared or doesn't give a fuck? Or, like, what's up?
Think about what a waste of time it is to fight someone at catch weight and just, like, fucking mob on them.
And you just get
You're like, wow,
laughed.
now this helps me 0%. Thanks for wasting my
I lost in
fucking
a
time.
weight class I usually don't even fit.
No, think about fighting that dude and winning, like, and then now you're just, wow, all that prep for nothing.
All that weight
Sure.
cut.
No,
Oh, it's still got Inside the NFL on here. Only on Showtime. This is like 20 years ago.
Dude, low key, all those like extra add-on channels that you had back in the early 2000s and like the 90s and stuff had some great shows. People slept on those shows, man. Is he chewing on some shit while we're recording?
He's eating a pretzel.
Lester, you gotta eat that somewhere else, bro. Yeah, go eat that over there, bro.
That dog doesn't understand me.
Yeah, he's about to come back with a watch. But Dad, it's pretzel time.
He's
Yeah.
split. He's bleeding.
Oh, he's got him cut up.
The
in the
eyes
what? Going
lit.
into the fifth round.
Now, is this the dude that has Freddie Mercury in his corner?
Yeah, that dude was wearing some 90s ass shit.
Fucking Elton John in his corner? Fucking Lady Gaga in his corner?
Stop.
Whoa.
It's 2019, bro.
Bro, yeah, you gotta be
You think that
acceptable.
females can't be the cut man? Think Lady Gaga couldn't be a cut man?
No.
That's the career she would chase, you know? You start as a musician just so you can get into the cut man business. You can start being the cut man for
It's
somebody.
pretty good
Fight.
cut.
I think it's on the way.
Yeah. Now you
That's
now you know why they're just gobbing on that
Rub
Vaseline.
Vaseline in it. That
Yeah.
shit
Bro, you want to see a
burns.
wild picture?
Yeah, but it helps.
And a
it
wild
helps
story
the
that
blood
goes
It
with
split.
clogs it, yeah.
So, I was in the woods in Franklin County, Virginia, shooting with my
Chico
buddy.
feeling pretty confident going into
My
here.
buddy who was the manager
Going into the
of
sixth.
Taco Bell that looked after me.
Mm-hmm.
He's my fucking homie. Long story short, we were in the woods shooting, and we knocked down this old tree. And what this old tree did was hilarious. It landed on this stool I'm sitting in, right? Just like this. And it caught that shit.
It caught it where?
Right in the middle,
Where
right
at on
here.
the tree?
Oh, where on the tree? Like the top, dude. I swear. I'm about to pull up the picture.
Well, you're saying it caught you right there on the chair, but I have no idea where
I see.
on the chair you're talking about.
Right on the back.
What
Oh,
part
my
of this
bad.
body
Yeah,
is?
yeah.
What part of your body are you not showing?
Oh, shit. My dick, dude. Nah, hold on.
This won't take long.
This will take, literally and metaphorically, this will not take long. No,
Spell
so it starts
metaphorically.
like this, right?
Yep.
So, alright, so what's happening is a dead tree fell in the woods while we were shooting, and it landed right in my Browning stool. I don't even fucking advertise Browning, this is the only Browning thing I own. But the stool caught that shit.
So that would have hit you if you were sitting.
If I was sitting in it,
That
it
would've
would fuck
smoked
me up. It would've smoked me. You're not wrong, dog. But like it's hilarious. And then my buddy was rolling around on the ground with my buddy's dogs, cause he has a puppy. He has a puppy farm kind of.
Dude, you narrowly escaped
It's not
a sure
illegal,
death.
And what? I was shooting,
Damn.
and I kicked it down with my fucking kung fu kick.
I tackled
Was
it.
it dead?
It was dead. It was an easy kill.
It's not like it was like a sprightly tree.
It wasn't an adolescent, you know.
Knowing you, it probably would have just cracked her attack you down, dude.
This thick ass skull, dog. Hell yeah.
Ugh.
And oop. All right, here we go. Round 6. 50 seconds left on the clock.
Round 6 of the most Thai version of Canelo you could imagine. Versus a dude that I can't pronounce his name. Bing Dang Pao Chico.
Bing dang power Chico.
Diego Corrales, right?
Castillo, something like that, wasn't it?
No,
Those
Diego
are-
Castillo or something Corrales.
Dora.
Alright, we got Dominic Cruz versus Yoel Romero.
Are you just gonna talk about that fight from memory?
I'm going to talk about how
Paulo
Tim Kennedy
Costa.
got fucked over in that fight against
Oh, no.
Yoel Romero.
Here
Some
we
big upset. Oh no, are we all on our phones with some quiet on the fucking stereo?
Nope.
We cannot be quiet and be on our phones. Boys,
I'm
what the
coordinating
fuck are we
rides, bro.
doing?
I just want to
Coordinating
let
a
y'all
ride?
know.
You're ready to go already?
I
We're
was
watching
not.
an intriguing fight.
Are we watching an intriguing fight? We can't have any silence on the
I'm
radios.
solely invested in this fight.
I'm not
Why
gonna
in
lie
the
to you.
world do you think Conor McGregor would do that interview today with ESPN?
Because he's
Why?
struggling.
For what reason?
He is
Does he have to
so-
come on there, talk about something that happened 2 seasons ago?
Clout.
You do
Clout.
anything for clout. You do anything
You're
for
on
clout.
there. You're on there getting interviewed about decking an old man in the face.
At a bar.
Like,
'cause
let
he
the
wouldn't drink your
record
shitty
show.
whiskey.
Let the record, dude, show
That guy
nothing,
was 40
man.
years old. He was younger than Yoel Romero.
Oh my God!
Yoel Romero.
Changing it back to Yoel.
42
Here we
years
go.
old. That guy was a young man by the UFC standard.
Alright. Check it out. I don't care what anybody says. When Conor McGregor knocked out Jose Aldo, that shit shook me. Because I was completely supporting Jose Aldo. I was like, yo, this is the homie. Like,
Do
he
you
can
support
make
him,
it
man? Because
happen.
you're calling him Jose. His name's Jose.
Jose, tomato, clamato. I'm rude, whatever. Long story short,
It's
that
been-
dog was nice. But then Connor beat him, and Connor's Irish, and I think I'm Irish, but I haven't done my 23andMe just yet. So
I did mine.
Were you raping and pillaging back in a former life?
30% of me was.
Damn, that's enough percent.
I mean, maybe, dude.
Put on a
Maybe.
watch list.
Maybe. You think everyone was raping and pillaging? No. What the fuck was that?
Yes, it's a nice little socket I found in my chair.
I very well. God damn it. I very well could have been the one being raped and pillaged, man.
Yeah, maybe you are the descendant of rape and pillage.
Yeah, just because you're Scandinavian.
That's crazy. to
My
think
great,
about.
great to the nth power.
Mm.
Umpteenth power.
Got knocked up by some Viking coming through. Damn, that's crazy.
No, but the way they do it is it's like they test your DNA in the past 200 years or something like that.
So they
Hold
don't
on.
get, they don't get a hell of a lot, but they get enough.
Yeah. Well, they can trace it back in the day, but I am the most European brother you've ever known.
Brother, huh? How much brother you got?
About
2%.
About 2%.
Does that reach the? Are you permitted to say the word?
According to Mike Perry, I am.
Okay.
According to Mike Perry.
No, because it's 2%.
Sit.
Oh, it's 0.6%.
You have to be 0.6. Wow.
I'm 0.6%. Yeah, that's
Oh
the
no,
cutoff.
you are 0.6. I was about to say you
I
have to
am
be 0.6 to use
99.
the N word.
I
I
think
am-
so too.
I'm 99. I did say 2%. I was wrong. I am 0.6%. It's 0.2 of each one. 99.4% European.
That's heavy European.
Have you
Yeah.
been to
That's
Vintage
big
Cellar?
European.
Where?
Vintage
6%
Cellar.
No.
British and Irish.
Vintage Cellar and Leipzig is super cool.
17% French and German. The rest is Scandinavian. And then I have Sub-Saharan African and
Are you freedom
North
or
African.
three?
There we go. That's all right.
Having some side conversation. What's going on tomorrow at 3,
I
guys?
have no idea.
Tomorrow at 3 or like 4-ish. This spot in Blacksburg, Vintage Cellar. They do.
You
beer
took me there or
tastings.
no? You did?
Yeah, we went there. We went there in November.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember Barry.
So, anyways, they do beer tastings on Friday and wine tastings on Saturdays. And they have
I'm
a
in.
they have it's purely a bottle shop. Like all they sell is wine and beer, some kombucha.
So when do you edit your podcast?
I guess I'm gonna do it probably somewhere in this middle part. I don't know. I mean, it depends. I gotta listen to all of it again. So after I
just
listen to it
fucking
again,
send it, dude. I send.
I mean that's what I've been doing.
I've
and I don't
never,
mind
I've
sending
never once edited the middle of it.
it. Me neither. I don't want to. I want it to be completely fluid. I want it to be its own creature. I want it to be, I want it to maintain its value. I don't want to lose it in bullshitting in advertising. Like if I could even get it to the point where I could get advertising, God only knows. But the fight right here. Oh my God, the fight right here will tell you. I'm the one who wins it. I'm letting you know now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's fucking make this shit happen, bro. Let's work together on
You know,
some
I got
shit.
1,000
You know what I mean?
plays on my podcast.
That's tight. That's on Anchor? Hell yeah.
It's pretty tight.
That
It's
is
available on Spotify. You post via Anchor, you're available on Spotify.
tight. I need to do that then.
And Apple.
Because we were talking about that.
And Google. And Breaker.
Especially since I'm doing audio only right now.
You're available on like 9 platforms.
It's not bad.
So you can
Not
do
bad
it.
at all.
Wait, I'm going to do it.
Especially since I'm on YouTube too. I don't know how YouTube's gonna go because a lot of their stuff is becoming like copyright issues and things like that. So I mean, like I'm afraid to play certain stuff or put certain stuff up there just because I'm afraid of getting shut down.
Who the fuck owns YouTube?
Some bullshit CEO that's worried about copyright issues.
We know Mark
Alright.
Kuckerberg.
Facebook
Alright.
and Instagram too.
We know Jack Off.
I'm gonna break in real quick.
Quick interception. Our boxing
break
update
in.
of the podcast.
We got 2 minutes to go in the 8th round. Both Castillo and Corrales have pretty torn up left eyes. Castillo's got a nasty cut, and he's getting pieced up pretty good. But neither one of them seem to be wanting to give up any room. You see, as soon as he starts to step out of the center of the ring, he makes his way right back in. So it'll probably end up being a play for who gets on the ropes.
Give us some more context on this fight. When was it? Do you know?
Man, I want to say like 2003, 2004. But if it was in 2007 or something, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, man.
They're
The
straight
upload
up.
was
They're straight up
7
brawling
years
right
ago.
now. Throw that back
Didn't
on full
HBO
screen.
get out of the or this is Showtime, but HBO got out of boxing, didn't they? I'm pretty sure HBO did.
I'm surprised none of them jumped on UFC before all like ESPN and Reebok and everybody else jumped on UFC as soon as they became available. But how did they not jump on UFC? Like that's some shit I would expect to see on HBO.
How much did they sell the company for? $4 billion?
I don't think they sold it.
Yeah, they sold it. The Fertitta brothers sold
Yep.
it
They sold UFC.
to WME.
All right.
IMG.
I gotta let it finish because it's coming up on the end. And
Yeah.
This man's
So,
got-
check this. Watch this. Stop
this
moving
ring
the
is
mouse.
hot. Oh, my bad, dog. My bad. Let me live.
Alright, yeah. So this fight went down on May 7th, 2005.
Oh wow.
8th round was pretty big for both fighters.
Oh shit.
What happened to boxing though? Like
He spit his
boxing used to be a lot like
Chico
this is good,
Chico
this is a good
spit his
fight.
mouthpiece out. They had a stoppage in the fight.
This is a good fight. Like there's not good
Mhm.
fights like this as much anymore. At least I don't feel like there is.
They lost their superstars.
Not their superstars.
If
Yeah.
you can see
There we go.
Jorge Masvidal
Into the 8th, going into the 9th.
starching Ben Askren,
Oh.
why would you watch this?
The next.
Bro, what that Ben Askren knockout with the knee to the fucking skull. I really thought he was dead for a minute. I legitimately
Is
like
that
worried
good?
for
Cold
him.
water? That just throws on.
Yes.
Cold water?
The answer is
Father's
yes. Daily double.
It's cold water.
Oh man.
Corrales with a big old shiner.
Dak, we start our fucking semester in like 3 days, 4 days. You too, Jesse.
Last
We start our
one.
semester in like 4
I have
days.
2 semesters left, but yeah.
Well, we start our next semester. You know what I mean?
Hey, are you
Alright.
gonna commission?
He ain't
Think
gonna
about
do
Yeah, just commission, bro. Why wouldn't you?
3-3.
I already have a package put together, dude.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
3-3.
I don't know. I'm just hanging on my package. Drop it.
Lieutenant
money.
Chavis. Oh.
No. I got a whole manila envelope full of all my stuff.
Me too. I got my little.
Worst comes to worst.
Yeah, hell yeah. Fuck it.
Yeah, worst comes to worst, you make $90,000 a year. Fuck it.
90,000. Oof.
To make
90,000
sure-
sounds good. What's the least amount of
What,
money?
$500,000.
What's the least amount of money you would suck dick for?
Me?
Everybody in the room.
Right now?
That's a conditional
Other than
statement.
you, kind of.
Thank you.
No, that's a conditional statement.
Conditional statement.
$7,000.
Fair. About the same for me. That's what's left on my car.
No.
That's what's left on my car. I'll take 7,000.
Yeah, man.
I'll suck dick for 7,000. It's whatever.
What? It's fucking 2019. What are you gonna call me?
Yeah.
You can't call me any of the names you want to call
Call me an innovator.
Yeah.
I'm making money the easiest
You know what?
way
It's,
possible.
it's 2019. You know what you're gonna call me if I suck dick for $7,000? You're gonna call me fucking Brave, okay? I'm gonna get a fucking reality TV show, and you're gonna fuck yourself, okay?
Dude,
You know what?
yo.
Fucking, I'll suck dick for free right now because it's 2019, and I'm gonna say I identify as him/her, and you're gonna suck my dick for sucking a dick. So there it is.
That's
I'll
where the
suck dick
fame
for
lies.
free.
Dude,
That's where the fame lies.
Nothing you could call me after sucking a dick would be worse than anything I haven't already heard.
Yeah.
Like, I've
Sucking
been
a
called
dick.
way worse stuff than a cocksucker.
Like, ooh, hit me with that threat. Like you haven't sucked
Yeah.
a dick, you faggot. Like,
Stop it. Oh my god.
You shouldn't be saying cocksucker like it's a bad thing, because you either are one or you like people who are one. So, you shouldn't be using that as a negative term in the first place.
That's true. You don't want a girlfriend who's not a cocksucker, you know what
Exactly.
I mean? You want a girlfriend who's a cocksucker.
So, when should it become an insult?
and really, who cares who's sucking dick anymore? Nobody gives a fuck, because you're exactly right.
There's way worse things to be in this world than a dick sucker. Like, I don't even know how that's...
Jeffrey Epstein.
Oh, gosh.
Sorry.
R.I.P. in hell, dog.
Is that like a punchline now?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yo,
At
he
least
got
really.
Epstein.
Yo,
Yo.
Epstein.
Poor Mark, man. You hear what happened to him? He got Epstein, bro.
I have information on
Yeah,
Hillary
barely
Clinton.
seen it.
And you're dead.
And now I'm dead, dude. Like, if I
Since
die,
you've been
y'all
paying
keep track of
attention.
that shit, alright?
think
I will
Yeah.
tell you, pay. Put
15
special
seconds
focus
left in the
into
fight.
round 10.
Round 9. They're really feeding each
They're
other.
just barely standing. Like, it's wild.
Yeah.
You guys, I hit a fucking deer at 60 miles an hour the other day.
Like, you're
Well,
talking about, like, your cousin was talking about banging
I really
one, or,
wanna
like,
talk
you
about
hit
this
it, like,
fight.
with a
No,
car?
no deer banging. And he wasn't my
Different
cousin, he was in my
podcast.
unit.
Oh, same different. No, I'm just joking.
But 60 miles an hour, you hit a deer.
Mhm.
You think it does some damage?
I would think so.
Mhm.
That's it.
It's low. It's low.
That's all I did?
That's all it did.
That was the weakest deer I've ever seen.
60 miles an
Did
hour.
you jump out and pop it a couple times?
Yeah, I fucking killed
Put it
right
out of
there.
its misery.
Me and my 2-year-old. Then we banged it like true Wisconsins.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the most
Wisconsians?
American
Oh,
thing
man.
I've heard today.
Wisconsians?
No, banging a deer because
There's
you're
much
riding
worse
over.
things you could be. There's much worse things you could be than from Wisconsin.
There's much worse things.
Yeah,
than
you could be
than
from
the
West
guy who
Virginia.
Fucked a deer.
What?
What? Hey man, West
Actually, I
Virginia's
don't
not
know.
too far off.
That's nearing. That's nearing the pit for me, man. I don't know.
What, West Virginia or fucking a deer? Because for me, it's synonymous.
If you could drown,
I thought you just said the same thing twice.
Yep.
if you could drown in any substance, what would it be?
Pudding.
All right, what kind?
I don't want to have to make the decision. You just asked me.
You
Alright,
thought
fair
you were
enough.
deep.
Jesse,
Huh?
if you could drown in any substance, what would it be?
I don't want to drown, so I guess if I'm gonna go, I should go happy. So give me like a pool full of like devil's backbone. I'll drown
Devil's
in that.
backbone.
Just let me go drunk.
Does it have-
Hell yeah. Okay, so drown in a pool of devil's backbone. You've had enough time to think, Dak.
Dab juice.
Oh my!
What juice?
Whatever's in the dab pins.
Oh my god, just drowning in.
Shit.
That's a
Hey,
lot
check it
of
out.
THC.
Check it out. I'm breaking in. We're at the start of the 10th round. We're at the start of the 10th round, and
Breaking
yeah,
news.
Chico
Oh, shit,
just
oh,
got
shit, oh,
pieced
shit.
up. He
Yeah,
got
Chico.
dropped 1 minute into the 10th round.
Get the
He's
countdown, get
pretty
up,
torn up right
get
now.
up. Oof.
Castillo's done a good job of taking care of that left eye as the fight wore on, and he's looking pretty competitive right now. Corrales just spit out his mouthpiece for the second time.
That's kind of. Isn't that like kind of
Why
against
does
the
he
rules?
keep
Wait.
doing that?
Yeah,
Why does
so
he-
you can't spit it out. His coach is
Freddie
telling him.
Mercury coming up to the corner.
So check it out.
Checking him in.
Check it out.
Why can't he spit his mouthpiece out?
Because then you have to
It
pause
causes
the
a
fight.
stoppage.
Yeah.
You can't punch him.
Castillo
Can't
looking.
punch him because he'll fuck his teeth up.
Look,
It'll fuck
so
you up, man.
they
Get
had
punched in the
watch
face by
watch.
Grum, man.
He hasn't been wanting to give up that middle ground. He does not want to end up on the ropes right now.
Oh, that was a good one. Okay.
Yep.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
You guys are
Corrales has got him up against the ropes. They're both just trying to maintain control of the
They're
ring.
rocking each other.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So
You guys ever been punched in the
they're
face by a grown
throwing
man?
quick
Fuck.
1-2 jabs, quick 1-2 jabs,
Yeah.
bam.
Well, fuck that.
Bam.
Oh,
right
that's the end
there.
of the fight?
And so
Knocked out.
That's a knockdown.
Diego Chico
It's
Corrales
knockout.
He's
just
out,
scores.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
Just gets a knockout on Jose Luis Castillo.
I told you.
He got dropped twice. They're gonna show this replay a few times.
So the 9th
That
round.
was a hell of a fight.
So that was in the 10th.
Fine.
Is he back?
Oh, man.
He let his hands get too low.
I could have been a contender.
He didn't have any ring control.
Could have been somebody.
Dude, you show
Oh,
me
he
a
was
fight
somebody.
from 1977, and I know one
There
of their
it is.
names, but I don't know the other
May
name.
7th,
I know
2005.
exactly who won. You know the boxing videos I really like watching?
What's
Is
that?
like cocky fighter gets knocked the fuck out.
Oh, I remember that dude.
Yeah,
He was
like
he
no,
was
like any of
throwing
them.
his head
The
out there.
compilations of them, like the fucking
The compilations?
yeah, fucking Mia Khalifa, dude. 12 scenes. 12 scenes, $12,000. Can you make it through it? I'll tell you right now, I can't. But fucking the knockout. No, fucking cocky fighters. Instant Justice, I think is what it's called.
I cannot even.
There it is, right there. Cocky fighter
Alright.
get knocked out.
Here we go. Jeez, we are really keeping this fucking podcast going.
I'm rolling it.
I don't know how, but we're keeping it going.
Chris
Oh, dude,
Lieben.
that's Homeboy who's got his own TV show.
I have no idea what fight I'm watching right now.
It's Chris Lieben versus a really old version of Daniel Cormier.
No, that's the dude that has that one show. Oh fuck, where like people will be internet bullying and he'll go to their house and
dude,
challenge
that's
them for
not him.
bully beatdown.
That's not him.
That's what it was called.
That's
Chris
him,
Lieben.
dude.
That's
no,
him.
it's
Totally
not.
him.
That's
That's
Chris
him.
Lieben.
No, that's fucking him.
No, dude.
You're talking about Mayhem Miller.
That
that is
is
Chris
him.
Lieben. That is Chris Lieben.
bully beat.
No, dude, it's Mayhem Miller.
Google bully beatdown Mayhem Miller.
I love the first fight. We can't even get past this shit.
That is Mayhem Miller, dude.
That's bully beatdown, dude.
That's Mayhem
Yep.
Miller.
Let me rewind it.
That is Chris Lieben. He fights in the
No,
Bare Knuckle
dude.
Fight Championship.
No.
Yes, that is Chris Lieben. Type in Chris Lieben right now. I will not
Well.
stand for this.
L-E-I?
Leben.
Chris Eben.
Eben.
Man, could we just cut to
Okay,
That's
watch?
okay,
Chris
it might be
Lieben,
Chris-
dude.
It might be Chris Lieben.
Alright.
Either way, man, that shit was raw as fuck.
Fuck with me, dude.
Yeah, I wish we could have.
Dude, Bully Beatdown was a great show. Can we bring
Bully
that
Beatdown
back?
was a fucking terrible show.
Are you kidding me?
That's pretty good.
Do you know how many trolls are out there today that need to get their asses whooped by some MMA fighters?
Andre
who are knocked
Arlovsky
out
went in there one time, and he's a bad motherfucker.
Oh,
No.
dude, could you
We
imagine?
need
some
people.
of the
We need
fighters
people
getting-
who are out there instead of just beating up on motherfuckers. They should have went out there and trained the fucking kid that was getting bullied. Teach him how to kick that motherfucker's ass.
That's the
Oh,
thing. They don't know where they are. They're
Look,
like most of the time
I'm
they're
just
internet
saying.
bullied.
I think that would be much more useful.
I don't know. If the bully thinks they're that badass, they should definitely get checked.
Oh, that's Reyes. That's Reyes, the dude that
Oh,
just knocked him out.
fuck, dude.
He's a top
Oh.
contender in the UFC light heavyweight division.
Damn. He got knocked out with that sick ass. What is that, a right?
He's like, you ain't gonna knock me out.
Left. Boom. Oh.
See ya.
Damn, dude.
Knocking
Yo,
me out.
UFC 241 was a good ass card, huh?
That was a very good card. The last
That
two
fight
fights
was
were great.
so fucking fun to
Oh.
watch.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That wasn't even cool.
This is why boxing
That
is
wasn't
dying.
even cool. What
This
the
is
is
fuck?
exactly why
boxing
boxing
is
is dying, for
What
sure.
The fuck?
For sure.
Yo, hit that J key like 4 times.
Like that was.
Sink!
You freaking buster
Good
out.
kill.
We're back in that knockout where dude just got dropped.
Or
Shit to the
Reyes
floor.
dropped the
Alright,
really
left.
insignificant
It's
dude.
not him.
Left head kick.
See ya!
Ooh, that's cold out. Cold like some cold
This
cuts.
is really good editing. Watch. Oh my god, this is cold.
I remember this fucking dude had it coming.
Look at him.
Oh
He had it coming.
shit!
Oh, he just.
That's one of the greatest. That's one of the
That's
classics.
Hit it again, please.
Like,
I just
that's
wanna-
not even cool. Like, he was out. He's out. Leave
Oh
him
no!
alone.
Right
Nope.
here, you have to do that until the ref gets involved. You really do. You do.
No.
Until the ref
Yeah.
calls it, it's a fight. Until the ref calls
I'm not
it.
gonna punch him in the face.
The
That's
ref
how the ref
stops the
calls
fight.
it. The ref literally has to call the fight before you
You should
stop.
see the Jorge Masvidal versus Ben Askren knockout.
I gotta see that.
Or the
This is
Dan
just-
Henderson versus Mike
Oh,
Bisping
man.
knockout.
He's dancing. He's fucking dancing. That's crazy.
Look at this one. These dudes did not like each other.
Yeah.
No, that's not the one.
I'm gonna pull it up in a minute.
Yeah, let's just finish.
I'm gonna
It's a
give it.
10
I'm gonna
minute-
give some of
Yeah.
this some more footage.
It's a 10-minute video, and these are fucking hardcore.
Bro, could you imagine getting
Neon
some?
belly, and then you're fucked.
Could you imagine getting some Asian shit tattooed on you and you have no idea what it says?
No. Mm-mm.
Are you sure?
I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it, but like everybody seems to
I
have some
wouldn't do
shit that
that.
they know
Dude,
is translated
I
correctly.
wouldn't do that.
I would
But how
trust
do they know?
Google.
I wouldn't do that, and I have a tribal tattoo.
Oh shit,
First tattoo I ever
that's
got.
raw. You kill anybody, dog?
Never stop to look, brother.
That was good. That's good. That is no raw. Hell yeah.
It's a Brian Callen
What a
comment.
fucking answer.
It's a Brian Callen
I'm
comment.
so weak. Oh, look at that. Dude with the mohawk got wrecked. Do you know how to spell wreck these days?
Mike Beltran,
R-E-K-T.
the referee for that fight.
Yeah, the old dude from that fight. Oh man, you know they thought he
Oh.
at 241 they thought he cut his beard and mustache.
Hmm.
I think it's the same guy, but it was just tucked in his shirt.
What?
It was a big controversy on MMA Twitter.
What the fuck?
It was tucked in his shirt. They're so long. They're
I've
braided.
never heard of anybody tucking in
Nah,
their beard.
braided, tucked in his shirt. No idea why, but they're there.
Wow.
Man,
Dude's
can we please take a moment to respect Nate Diaz?
Pretty
Nate-
bad motherfucker.
Nate Diaz is such a fun fighter to
When I would-
watch.
When I haven't played basketball in a long time, but when I
Mhm.
played basketball, I would regularly do this
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, Stockton, motherfucker, because of Nate Diaz. Outstretched arm. Oh, that's Michael Chiesa with Kamaru Usman because he talked about his mom.
Yep.
He
Or not
talked about
Kamaru
his
Usman.
mom?
Kevin something.
Kevin
I'm
Lee.
losing. Yeah, Kevin Lee. He talked about his mom. He's like, you won't talk about my
Oh,
mom,
this
motherfucker.
dude gets fucking wrecked. I love it.
Is that the Korean zombie?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I would just bust all off
I think
if
it's
I
a
wanted
thing.
I don't want to be racist and say they kind of look
Dude,
the
he's
same.
about to snatch
God
this
damn.
guy's belt. Watch him take this guy's belt.
Dude, he beats the shit out of that guy.
Dude, if you're a guy that has not only face tats, but like your full fucking dome is tattooed. Oh, that's
Oh,
Emelianenko's
shit.
brother.
That's Pride, dude.
That's
Pride fights were so insane.
That's Fedor Emelianenko's brother, Alexander Emelianenko. This fight was right after he got out of prison.
Dude, you used to be able to go in there with some fucking jeans and some fucking
You could head stomp
tank
in that
top
one.
on. Yes.
Knees to the
They
face
should've-
while you're on the ground.
He should have
insane.
stopped that a long time
Yeah.
ago.
This dude's like,
Look.
why'd you stop it? I was good, bro.
About to fucking die, more like it. Oh, is that or Uriah?
Brian Ortega.
No.
Oh, Ortega,
Oof.
yeah.
Let's see what we got here. Let's get it. Let's
Mhm.
get it. Let's get it.
Oh man, don't
He has
dance.
a kick in
So you don't dance like that when you're on the outside.
See ya!
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
that's-
damn.
Get wrecked.
Get wrecked, boys.
Wrecked him. Damn, you're
I,
cool. Man, I watched this one
Uh-oh.
live. This one got me into
yes, I
UFC.
did. I was downrange. I was in Afghanistan watching this fight.
Full screen,
was
full
easy.
screen. Come on.
It don't need to be that big.
That's what she said. Nux. See ya! He feints it, and then it's real life.
Oh my god.
That was the Silva Weidman knockout.
Let me tell you though. Weidman was on the juice.
No,
He was on the juice.
Stop it.
That's why he's falling.
Don't do my boy like that.
Oh yeah, watch this one.
All right, so the Ben Askren.
I saw this.
Fastest knockout in the UFC history by Jorge Masvidal.
Yep, I watched this with my boy Andrew Bisnall. We were shocked.
Look at that. Look at that.
See you later.
Dog.
Damn.
Oh my. And then he got the
Then
ground
talk
and
some
pound.
shit.
Then he
Look
got
up
the ground
Dan
and pound.
Henderson versus Mike Bisping.
No, replay that. I want to see it again.
Run it back, run it back, run it back. Run it back.
Starched.
This dude,
I've
I don't
seen
even.
this.
This is like his first day on the job.
See ya!
He's knocked out. He's like, oh, hold on.
Oh my God.
I didn't expect that.
That's
Robbie Lawler's like,
This
man,
knockout brought to you by Modelo.
It's
pretty
Modelo
good.
time, fool.
That was relevant.
Who did you want?
why did
Dan
anybody
Henderson
get
versus Mike
Modelo?
Bisping knockout. This was the one. This was the poster child
That's
of
literally what she said.
post knockout like
Who?
punches.
Oh my god.
See ya!
Oh my god.
Look at that jump,
He
bro.
broke that dude's fucking jaw.
Watch him jump on him. Watch him. Rewind it back to the beginning.
Run it back. Run.
Boom. And then he goes, oh, he's out. All right. Good day.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
man.
That his body weight was in that.
That is Mortal Kombat style. That dude is fatality.
See you later.
Oh. Oh, poor guy.
What the fuck?
Poor fucking guy. Alright. So I talked to another one of my podcast people about this. Let me ask you guys about this. Especially since we're about to hit the fucking 2-hour mark here soon. I might have to break this into a part 1, part 2. Long story short, 5 items that you would take to a deserted island with you. I'm not going to give any
And I can't
details
bring a
about the
human.
deserted island. You can bring a human,
I can bring
but it
him.
counts as an item.
Easy. Okay. My wife. My son.
Uh-huh.
That's 2 items.
I don't know why you bring them to a deserted island. That sounds miserable.
Where would they live otherwise?
Probably. Like, it's just you on the island, so the fact that you're bringing them to the island is pretty
Would they live
shitty.
normal lives?
I mean, probably. Why
Would
you're
my
gone.
wife remarry?
Ah, shit. No.
Bringing my wife.
We're getting deep.
Alright. My 5 items.
I got. You fucked up
Let me
already.
move on to
Like,
Cole.
Just
you
no,
take a
no,
lead.
You fucked
just,
up already.
Jesse, what are your 5? What are your
Literally,
5?
if I were on an island and I could bring anything,
5 items, that's it.
a fucking helicopter, a
Okay.
tank of gas, some food, maybe a flare, and my cell phone. Like,
Okay, well, what about a
Okay,
helicopter
yeah,
flight manual?
well.
Do you know how to fly a fucking
I'll
helicopter?
figure it out. They come
You'll
in the-
figure it out?
There's a manual in every helicopter, just like a car. Like, I'll figure it out.
You're sure about that?
Nope, but I'll.
Dude, I
you
can
wanna
figure it out.
You just want to live your life, give up on the island. I'm gonna get the fuck
Which
out
way's
of
up?
there. What?
Do you
what?
pull? Do you push forward or
You
pull,
pull
back?
back.
To go up?
Yeah.
All you gotta worry about is going up one good time.
Yeah. Seriously.
Tell
I'll
that
do
to
it.
Bill Klein's pilot.
You said what?
That's why I bought all that gas. I
Bill
can
Klein.
try
He
it.
just crashed in the ocean. West Virginia billionaire. He crashed in the ocean and died.
Twisted turn.
I was gonna
Twisted
say,
turn.
mine was gonna be
A dead helicopter pilot.
a bulldozer, and
Bulldozer.
gas.
Make a runway?
Yeah,
Oh,
to make somewhere to take off. I didn't know if there was an
If
open.
there probably isn't. I'm gonna have to knock
I
down
was
a few
gonna
trees.
And I was hoping the bulldozer and the helicopter ran off the same fuel.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
try.
Is there a quantity limit? She brought a helicopter, so I can bring a lifetime
You
supply.
get
And then,
5.
like,
Why
Okay.
don't you just bring
A
them
lifetime
together?
supply of.
Sunscreen.
Okay,
Yo,
fair
do you have
enough.
any
You're a
food?
fair
It
skin.
would be easier for you alone to
That
get off
beefy
the
food.
island than you and an entire
You want some
family.
Cheez-Its?
Okay.
I was wondering if you had.
I have updated it.
Dude, I still have my Cheez-Its. My Cheez-Its are better than your Cheez-Its.
Eat my ass. My Cheez-Its are the best.
Mine
Well.
are the best. Even though they don't make it with Tabasco anymore, which is fucked.
Eat mine ass.
Eat mine arson.
I think. Oh fuck.
We gotta wrap this podcast up soon. We can't go into 2 hours and expect our fucking audience to be involved like that.
You're
You're
correct.
gonna edit it.
Okay.
No.
Look,
So,
we're
five
if
things
they
I would
listen,
bring to the
if anyone listens this far, cool. If not, that's cool too.
Here's my bank account info if you stayed with us this long.
Here's my deepest, darkest secret.
Here's my deepest, darkest secrets. I am really into farts. I like farts a lot. Farts are my kink.
When I was 17 years old, I killed a man who was trying to stop a man killing a man.
Oh wow.
Anyway.
That's a whole rabbit hole
What?
Welcome
of
to the
man
rabbit.
killing.
3.
He fucked
Mark,
the dead
you
guy.
just
But it's real.
He stopped trying to kill the guy that he was killing.
Oh wow.
Fuck that guy.
That's real though.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I'm just kidding.
Ah!
But 5 things I would bring to the island.
Okay.
We're back to this.
Yep.
1, a knife of a
Okay.
large variety.
All right.
2, flint.
Not the Flint.
3,
Michigan.
But I don't know
3,
where the island is.
seeds.
You can't, what
Because I'm
kind of-
assuming it's fertile.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike any
Roll
other
with it.
island.
Roll with it. It is. Why not?
Seeds.
You're not taking me down.
Probably.
Maybe not the Titanic.
Lifetime
Give me like a
supply.
Carnival
Give me
cruise
any
ship.
other
Lifetime supply of SPF.
Okay.
5.
I want you to fish the
pocket
Titanic
pussy.
out. I'm gonna take
Nice.
that.
Okay, so in order to clear the whole family issue, we'll say you're going to be there for a year until you can get off.
Oh, a
year?
year and
guys
I'm
are
getting
ridiculous.
off?
Yeah.
A year?
Wait, what?
Fuck you.
Okay, I need
A
4
cup-
helicopters.
A crate of MREs, a knife, a I don't know, little crate full of Bics, and some 550 cord.
That's only 4.
That's all I need.
You get a free item.
You get a 5th item, guy.
A
Don't
Tory
need it.
Black.
I
Don't
swear,
fucking
no, take whatever you want. Dude, it's comfortable at this
Some
point.
hamburger meat, like come
He's
on.
like, whatever,
get
have a
rid
good
of
Don't
one.
need it.
I don't need that extra support.
Not even Cheez-Its, like come on.
He's like, I don't know, fucking
beer.
fire
A
sheets.
Was
A
it-
year? I can make that. I can make that
Without
work.
5 support, just take the 5th, you cunt.
No,
Every
I
time
plead the
supply
5th.
beer.
I plead the 5th.
What 5 items would you bring?
Oh yeah.
Okay. I would bring a machete.
Okay.
Bring a machete.
Large knife of a knife of a large variety.
Fuck it, whatever. A really reliable tent of whatever brand is the strongest.
A tent?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna live in luxury. Give me a break here. I did like that life supply of lighters.
Just a
Rum?
crate. A crate.
A crate of
A
lighters?
box.
Yeah. I mean, could they get fucked up? That's a tough one.
That's why I get a whole box.
Let me get a fuck ton of flint so I can start a fire or whatever.
Flint?
Yeah, I
the
figured.
fuck?
Lame.
Oh,
No.
fuck off.
If you have a bunch of lighters, what do you need a flint for?
I mean, well, but aren't
Well,
lighters
what's the point of
susceptible to
having-
damage?
No, I've been
Alright,
using.
fine.
I've been using lighters my whole life. If you
Machete?
give me a flint, I'm not gonna know what the fuck to do with that.
Give me a machete, a tent, a crate full of lighters.
You would lose that entire crate of lighters.
Yeah, you're gonna
There it
lose
is.
them.
Where'd
Like,
it go?
The entire crate would fall into the
Where
ocean.
is it?
Yeah.
Like, you have to sporadically hide lighters for yourself.
Right, all over the island.
Yeah,
of
if
course.
they make it to the island.
Of course. A bow and does bow and arrow count as one item or
There's
two?
no
items?
animals on the
You
island.
can make an arrow.
But
You
bow
can
and
make a
arrow, I can
bow.
get fish. Fuck you.
You can make a bow.
I could
Take-
make one.
Take
but
the
like,
arrows and you can make a bow.
all right, fine. So
Come
I'll
on,
take that out of the
Tarzan.
equation. Whatever.
If we're being
Oh,
like
bow.
specific.
A 1949 Captain America comic. No, I'm just joking. I don't even know if that's real.
Jizz sock.
The jizz sock. It has to come with me.
And
It's
you-
my own, it's the only thing that keeps me on my ankle properly. Honestly, you hear that?
Oh,
You hear that crack?
Disgusting.
you hear.
No, it's
Did it pick
funny.
up on the radar?
Yep. Can I interject and say my 5th item would be a pair of shoes?
Oh, there you go. It's
fuck.
You
not
have
like
the
you crashed
nicest
with a pair of
shoes, though.
shoes.
Like your shoe collection.
Okay, a pair of boots.
You're literally
Do we have
wearing
to
a
crash?
regular day
Do I have
outfit.
to remember the crash? I don't want to crash.
So imagine this: you're wearing a regular day outfit,
I
I
and
would
that is
definitely take
that is
boots
you on the
over a
island.
tent.
okay.
Just a regular day outfit,
tent?
and that's you crashed on the island.
I
Does
look
that
like
make
I'm
sense?
ready for the island, boys.
You have to have an out. You don't already have clothes.
I'm assuming
That's
you're
what I'm
in
saying.
some
It's a
kind
regular. It's just a normal day, and then boom, you're
If
stuck
I
on
know
an
I'm gonna
island.
be stranded, I'm gonna lay around.
But you don't know. It just happened.
But
Then
you
I'll
don't
probably
know.
be wearing like t-shirts.
But it's an
shorts.
island, so let's be honest. Look, boom, you're ready.
T-shirt, shorts, and tennis shoes.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
what-
just
that's
end
what
up
I
getting
wear
fucked up as you're there.
Well, you would too. You're in basketball.
Of
You're not
course.
even wearing shoes.
But I'm so fucking ready.
If you
I would
crash
turn
right
all my
now,
clothes
you
Oh,
into
I'd go
die.
full
box.
tribal. No shoes, I'd go full tribal. Fucking spear that I built out of some rocks and some shit. Just fucking killing muskrats.
That's more racist than Ding Bang Ow, dude.
And on that one, I think we'll
It
wrap up the
changes
podcast.
every time.
We can't push 2 hours without losing some people.
That is true.
Wrap it up.
That is true. But hey, this has been my return back to podcasting.
This is good. This is good. I hope everybody watches it. If you watch it, just know that this is the Wolfcat Blackout podcast. Number 1.
We didn't even.
That means that we are intoxicated, but we're not blacked out yet. Maybe one podcast I'll get that bad, but
I'm 0.6.
that sounds like a problem.
I'm 0.6% blacked out, according to my 23andMe.
Fair enough.
My boss told me that if I tried to black out, I'm an alcoholic. That's her like philosophy
You have
on
a good
alcohol.
boss.
I was
Boss
like,
is
Oh my
legit.
god, am I
Yeah.
alcoholic?
But let's go with
You all
outros.
are alcoholics.
You send it first. Outro.
Send it, outros.
This is Cullen signing off.
I'm gonna do a better version of you. This is Colon. Welcome me to your colon. Go ahead.
I hate it. I hate it.
You love
I love
every
it
bit of
though.
Send it. Okay. Just a little piece.
Just peace sign. Peace out.
Jesse.
Mark.
I'll send it. Alright guys, thank you for listening. If you listen this far, if not, whatever. It makes sense. This was a long ass podcast. Check it out. It was a great time talking and fucking with my boys here, Cullen, Dakota, and my fucking awesome roommate Jesse. We're all having a good time tonight. It's a good night, and I want you guys to have a good night. Go out to your community, find who you are, click with them after service. This shit isn't your life. After the military is your life. Because at the end of the day, if you don't fucking die down range or some crazy shit, you gotta live out here like a regular dude. And that shit is hard to fucking jump into. So, before I finish, I'm gonna hand it over to Dak. He's gonna close us out.
So I tried my goddamn hardest to end Mark's podcasting career before it began with every skirt the line racist comment I could. But I couldn't be more proud of him for starting a podcast and for donning his jizz sock the entire time. But thank you guys for listening. We'll see you next time. See ya! Oh, God.
I can go edit it out. It's wonderful.
I'm not editing a
I would
fucking
highly
thing.
recommend editing a lot of
I'm not editing shit.
Mostly the read.